Brian is the boss and he loves those movies. He's got a collection that rivals Prince Louis, whether horror, western, or kung fu. Mr. Crisco has an epic collection for you. Brian streams late in the dark of the night, surrounded by friends and strangers bold and bright. Above the moon shines with a ghoulish glow, reflecting fast cuts at page, transitioning what we know. Brian's movie nights, Brian's movie nights. Best get into a chair and get out of sight, because you're blocking the view of the extravaganza of film slew. Brian brings out the best of Western film, and his thoughts smolder like a kiln as he reflects the future and the past, of which of this art will hold and last. Brian's movie nights, Brian's movie nights. Just get into a chair and get out of sight, because you're blocking the view of the extravaganza of film slew. Brian brings out the best of Western film, and his thoughts smolder like a kiln as he reflects the future and the past, of which of this art will hold and last. Brian's movie nights, Brian's movie nights. Just get into a chair and get out of sight, because you're blocking the view. The extravaganza. I won't think his house is like the one in the burbs. Oh, what a fright! Brian's movie nights, Brian's movie nights. Just get into a chair and get out of sight, because you're blocking the view of the extravaganza built through. But Brian, who are those? Are those your daughters? If someone would be concerned because they look like vampires and watch for Evan and Fennel, maybe they will try to hire a Shinto ninja assassin gunman grenadier with a hacksaw grenade launcher for the birthday slight reveal on LRJ's Epic Cool Show.
What is up, people? What's going on? Hope you're having a good night. Yeah, I know. I said I was gonna. I think I'd scheduled this thing for 10:15 or something like that. I had to reboot my computer while I was rebooting the computer and doing updates. I sat down and was reading some Charles Dickens, actually, The Haunted Man, which is one of Charles Dickens' Christmas horror stories, or one of his ghost stories for Christmas. And I hadn't read it before, so I was sitting there and I was kind of digging it. And, you know, time went by, and what can I say? I love me some Dickens, and I encourage all of you aspiring comic book writers out there, read the fucking classics, because really, once you have that foundation in classical literature, it will serve you for the rest of your life. I promise you. And a lot of it's dope too. Don't think that it's dreary. Hold on a sec. What is it, Simon? It's my master. You know, I'm the cat butler. So yeah, the master of the house just walked in. What? You want this open, don't you? Even though it's not going to look okay. All right. Everybody's going to get a nice look at the inside of the closet. Go ahead. And what does he do? He leaves the fucking room. It's like, he's like, no, I don't want to go in there. I just want the option to go in there. It's like, don't fucking close that door. So, fucking cats, man. But, you know, that's the relationship with the Kite. That's the relationship with the Kite. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. I wanted to talk about a couple of things. Main thing I just wanted to do is just come on bullshit a little bit tonight. Anybody feels like hopping in, you're certainly welcome. I will probably pin the link to anybody that wants to jump in and bitch at me, or just generally give me grief. I am like in a shockingly good mood today because I don't know if I want to talk about it, but I had something really positive happen to me today. That is to say, your boy is getting back into the nonprofit business. Yes, your boy's going to getting back into the world of working really hard and busting his ass and making no money for it. But I'm digging it because going to get the opportunity to help some people in the community. And that's just, I don't know, I'm psyched for that. Oh, I don't even have my new mic plugged in. I'm just using the micro. I'm using the microphone of the poors. Everything's falling apart. Everything's going to hell. My bed is all messy. My room is all messy. I don't got my toy collection for background anymore. I'm completely fucking fucked. Oh, what's up, James? Good to see you, man. Nobody's streaming tonight either, too. So I figured, yeah, fuck it. Let me do a little streamy stream and talk about this thing that I wanted to talk about. Boy, lots of shit going down in the comic book world right now. Of course, there's the Diamond thing. I don't think that that's going to have as profound an effect on the industry as I think some other people do. Then there's the Neil Gaiman thing. Finally, people are looking at fucking Amanda Palmer. I always hated that bitch. Can't fucking stand her. And one of the things that drives me crazy about her is that she's somebody who is fabulously wealthy, but expects people to work for her for free. It's like, that's your reward. You get to hang out with Amanda, right? She wanted to tour. She was originally in a shitty band called the Dresden Dolls. And I think she was the girlfriend of the friend of a friend, right? Who knew her personally. And Neil Gaiman came in, swept her off her feet, and I think did that guy probably a massive fucking favor because I don't know if you've ever dated a sociopath before, but it's not pleasant. It's really, it's a really bad fucked up situation. So yeah, but I'm glad that people are finally looking at her because all this information was coming out about the shit that Neil Gaiman's been up to. And, is any of it illegal? Probably not. Is it greasy? Greasy as fuck. Greasy as his... I'm not going to say it. I am going to say it. Greasy as his buttery, shit-stained cock that some of his victims had to suck. Or I guess decided to. Because, I don't think he's done anything illegal. Greasy, big time. And the thing is, if they're going to call what he did a crime, clearly Amanda Palmer has been providing fodder for him. I'm, like Ghislaine Maxwell levels of fucking shit. But Neil Gaiman is a Joss Whedon and Diddy of literature world. Well, I don't know that Joss Whedon even did anything really bad aside from write a really shitty script for Alien 4 and then blame it on the director. I think Jean-Paul Jeunet, the guy who did Amelie and Delicatessen, because he was like, when that movie came out, Alien 4 Resurrection, and it got... I mean, mind you, it's a perfectly watchable movie, but it's not great, and the ending's cringeworthy, and the monster at the end is cringeworthy. And then just bam, he comes out and says, "Oh yeah, that wasn't my script. It didn't do, that's not what I wrote. I read the script to Alien 4, motherfucker. I know he realizes that most people wouldn't actually go and do their homework, but." Being a writer, somebody that writes screenplays and prose and comic book scripts, I've read a ton of screenplays, right? Yeah. They filmed your screenplay, Joss. you know, so he was passing the buck there. And I just never really cared for the guy. I thought the Avengers was perfectly fine because he kept the Joss Whedon-ness down to a bare minimum. Do you know what I'm saying? He dialed it back, or either that, or he had somebody hanging over his shoulder telling him to dial it back. But yeah, I think Joss Whedon was just a dick. But also male feminist, and this is why. And I wish I could post this on my Twitter and my Facebooks, but I got to be careful, right? I'm a professional. You got to be careful not to say anything on social media that might get you into trouble, as Damien Leone is finding out right now. But yes, God, yeah, the Damien Leone thing is fucking crazy. She was complicit. Yeah, providing fucking victims for him. No, victims. Do you know what I'm saying? Groupies. Really, the guy's like doing like dubious shit with groupies. That's, I think, what he's ultimately guilty of. But I've disliked that guy's fiction for so long. And as I was going to say and forgot to say, because I've got ADD like a motherfucker, Joss Whedon and Neil Gaiman, perfect example of why I always tell my female friends, don't trust male feminists. They're shisty. They're creepy. They're shifty. And yeah, I'd love to be able to go on Facebooks and Twitters and all the other social media and be like, I told you, fucking male feminists. Don't look, I'm just guessing that Mark Ruffalo, probably, he's the guy. I'm guessing he's got like a sex dungeon or something in the basement of his house where he keeps like women like tied up and gagged against their will. I'm assuming he's got to be like also up to some pretty fucking dubious shit. As far as I'm concerned, any male feminist is sus as fuck until proven otherwise. I'm sure that there's got to be an exception out there, but you know, the exceptions being to the rule. The fucking male feminists are creepy as fuck. Always said that. Yeah, a male feminist who treated women like shit. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right. And that's the thing. It's like, now that Joss Whedon is gone, now that Neil Gaiman is getting gone, they just canceled all of his shit, which is fucked up too, because you think about all the people that are working on all the TV shows and movies. I know he was working on, I know that there was like, there's a Sandman series, Good Omens, and there was also a stage play or a musical production of Coraline, which was a movie I enjoyed. That was, I think, being put on in London, I think, and now that's been shut down. So think of all the people, because that's the thing. It's like when Orson Scott Card got canceled, the movie based on his novel Ender's Game, which is brilliant, by the way, got canceled too. And what I thought was really interesting about this was the fact that, so you're canceling this movie because you canceled the guy who wrote the novel that the movie's based on, which means that the director, the screenwriter, the cast, everybody who worked on that damn movie is also getting canceled just because they're in the blast radius. But you don't give a fuck. So clearly, you clearly don't care about any collateral damage. Like, how are they supposed to know that they were, working on something that was written by somebody who you would find morally objectionable? Actually, my favorite thing right now, because I've always been very vocal about my dislike for Neil Gaiman and his work. First of all, the nice guy routine, never bought it, never believed it, because he was always selling it too hard. And when people are selling shit too hard, like Mark Ruffalo, immediately makes me suspicious. I know people that had met him, women, who said he was like really nice and really, really charming. Gee, I wonder if he could have had some other agenda there. And now a lot of these people that I know that I knew from like the goth scene in the 90s, they were all into Neil Gaiman, and they couldn't understand it. Like, oh, you're a comic guy, so you love Neil Gaiman. I'm like, nope. Tried to read Sandman. I think the first Neil Gaiman thing that I've read a couple of issues of the Sandman, didn't care for it, didn't come back to it because it seemed to me like warmed over Alan Moore. And that's what he's always been to me, as a poor man's Alan Moore. I was just like, oh, he's trying to do with Sandman what Alan Moore did with Swamp Thing, except not nearly as good, because Alan Moore and Stephen Bissett's run on Swamp Thing is legendary and iconic and one of the greatest horror comics of all time. And if you haven't checked it out, you're missing out. I know my boys, Preston and Matt, I think both haven't read it and need to be chastised and shamed and humiliated and flogged and tarred and feathered and otherwise made miserable for for not having read that shit. Oh, there we go. James says, Joss Whedon will not be involved in the upcoming Buffy the Vampire Slayer revival. Sucks to be a male feminist. Well, sucks to be a male feminist right now, right? Sucked to not be a male feminist before that, but that's the thing. Eventually, they're going to turn on each other, right? Eventually, they're going to eat their own. Anyway, let me bring up. Let me see if I can find. Oh, this is actually pretty funny. Actually, I think maybe I'll save. Maybe I'll save that for a little bit later. But I did want to bring up the Damien Leone thing because I think it's very emblematic of the current state of things in our society, and mainly in the intersection of the arts and politics. And here we're not even talking about, politics in art, right? Which is a completely different subject. It's about having the right politics in order to have permission to make art now. Or, it's okay. This is a perfectly reasonable statement. This is about as reasonable as you can possibly get, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, this is perfectly fine, right? Evidently, some of the people that have worked on the Terrifier movies have been TDSing out. Now, look, I'm not a fan of Trump. Fuck Trump. I can't stand the guy. Never have. And I know that's going to make people mad, too. People are, you libtard. Blah, 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 blah. Right. Blow me. Okay? That's my opinion. You know what they say about opinions, right? Everybody's got one. But I've never allowed my dislike of Trump to compromise my ability at critical thinking, right? It's a politician you like, politician you don't like. I don't like any of them. I didn't vote for Trump. Guess what? I didn't vote for that cackling witch either. Fuck that. Right? And I was hoping that my liberal brothers and sisters would maybe calm the fuck down a little bit this time around and just kind of shrug and be like, well, it's not like we haven't been through this shit before. That they would kind of realize that this wasn't the end of the world, that it would be business as usual. Nothing ever really changes. It's always about the status quo and maintaining it and keeping the money flowing into the hands of the same small group of people and fuck everybody else, right? That's what both parties are about, right? And for people to get worked up about American politics, I always say it's like getting worked up about wrestling. So if you're just like mad at me because I don't like Trump, or somebody's mad at you because you do like him, it's like being mad because you prefer Hollywood Hogan over red and yellow Hulk Hogan. Now, everybody knows that Hollywood Hogan is the shit, and red and yellow Hulk Hogan was just shit, just crap. Never liked him, right? Hollywood for life. But it's interesting that my friends who are wrestling fans and wrestling fans in general, I'm not talking about like new wrestling fans, because I'm assuming that, you know, the Zoomers and the millennials, that they're probably, you know, as worked up and as crazy as everybody else. I don't know. But here's the thing. Everybody I know that's into wrestling is, they've been perfectly fucking chill this whole time. And it's because they understand that so much of what we see is kayfabe, and that, you know, it's theater. So don't take it so seriously. Don't take it so personally. And I really hoped that, you know, liberals, or what passes for a liberal these days, because I don't even like calling Democrats liberals or leftists, because they're not. They're authoritarians now. They've given up. They've not just given up. They've completely rejected what was once a liberal ideal, which was freedom of speech and expression, right? First Amendment. Now, even the ACLU doesn't believe in the First Amendment. When the ACLU doesn't believe in freedom of speech, it means nobody in America believes in freedom of speech anymore at all, right? So now it's just a game of who can shut who up. Looks like, well, whoever has the power at the time shuts up the other group, right? Sticks a fucking sock in their mouth. So, you know, it's very, very discouraging. And what can I say? We live in very, very discouraging times in many, many, many respects. But evidently, I'm guessing that David Newton Howard, who plays Art the Clown in the Terrifier movies, and maybe some of the rest of the cast, I honestly can't say, because I haven't really looked into this, because I just don't fucking care. It's just such a non-issue. But I'm guessing maybe Lauren Lavera, you know, who plays Sienna in the movies quite wonderfully. And then, of course, David Howard Thornton, who is just absolutely fucking incredible as Art the Clown, and so responsible for making that character the horror icon that he is. And it's crazy because, you know, he's right up there now with Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers, The Shape, all of those characters. Yeah, he's the new shit, but he is one of them now. He's in that space. He's in that lane. Okay, but yeah, real quick, right? So evidently some of the people in the Terrifier franchise have been going off. That's perfectly fine, right? Once again, freedom of speech. You got the TDS. Okay. That doesn't make me automatically hate you, right? It's fairly common. It's fairly common these days. You can't. That's the thing, is when you hate whole entire swaths of people, which is the case these days in our country with the division, and all of it's on purpose, by the way. It's called divide and conquer, right? When you've got like one part of the country hating on the other part of the country, it's harmful to everybody as far as I'm concerned. It's not constructive. anger can be a good motivator. Anger can actually produce something positive in your life. Hate is just pure fucking poison. Do not fuck with it. And when other people hate on you for not hating on who you're supposed to hate on, tell them to go fuck themselves, or politely tell them to go fuck themselves, quite frankly. Yeah, so he says here, I want to make a very important statement regarding the Terrifier franchise in this ugly political climate we're living in. Yes, thank you. As most of you know, some of my cast, I didn't know this shit. Some of my cast and crew members have a very passionate political presence on social media with extreme and sometimes harsh opinions, which is their right. Thank you. I'm all for freedom of speech and expression. Wow, there's another one. There's another one. Wow, I found another person that actually believes in the First Amendment. Damn. Way to go, Damien. That being said, Terrifier is not in any way, shape, or form a political franchise. I did not get, this is my favorite line right here. I did not get into filmmaking to become a politician or promote any political agendas or ideologies, especially through a killer clown movie. I fell in love with horror movies as a form of pure entertainment, and those are the films I like to make. Since Terrifier 1, our cast and crew has and still consists of both Republicans and Democrats, and anyone is welcome to be a part of it, regardless of their political affiliations, as long as they're a decent human being. But you see, that's where you fucked up, Damien. That's where you fucked up. That's where you fucked up, because part of the country feels that another part of the country, that big red swath that we saw on election day, that everybody in all that red is a horrible human being, completely beyond redemption and deserving of the most horrible and grotesque death, probably something even sicker than even you could come up with, Mr. Leone. I mean, the hate's that fucking real. And it's driven by fear. But I'm going to get into that. That goes for our fan base as well. If this doesn't sit well with any fans or cast, crew members, that is your right, and I respect it. You don't have to buy a ticket. You don't have to work on these films. Thank you. And I recommend you don't let toxic rhetoric on either side of the political spectrum deter you from being a Terrifier fan. Perfectly reasonable statement. Yeah, guess what? People lost their fucking minds. And are, of course, calling him now a Yahtzee and all manner of vile shit. Surprise! Yo, what's up, Matt? Hey, man, let me know if you want the link or something like that. Actually, I should drop that in the metal shop, so I'm not on here just fucking yawning into the abyss by myself. But yeah, everybody that's hanging out, thank you. I actually do appreciate it. But let's see here. Yeah, with this, like I said, I would like, I want to get back into the streaming thing, but just a little impromptu things like this. I'm going to start focusing mostly on making videos. One of which I was working on today, which should be slamming. I've created another channel that is called Horror on Streaming. And I'm going to start making videos for that, because the thing is right now on YouTube, I've been spinning my wheels. I make a Bud Spencer Terrence Hill video. It gets 56 views. I make a Return of the Living Dead Part 3 video, and it gets less than 100 views. Something is up with that. So gonna see if I can but I mean, that's always been the case, I think, with YouTube. The algorithm's always changing, so people need to change their shit with the algorithm, or they'll get bent over a chair and taken advantage of. Like, if you guys wanna drop it in. All right, there we go. So, yeah, he is just getting fucking roasted right now, especially on the twatters, and it is really, really fucked up, and it's really, really sad. Especially when you consider how reasonable of a statement this is, right? He's trying to say, he's trying to be inclusive. He's trying to say, like, hey, my shit's for everyone, right? Which is something I can really relate to because my comics are for everyone. Now, mind you, my comics aren't overtly political. There's no way that, and I'm not even saying you can't put politics in your stuff. Horror movies, for instance, very frequently are political, but they're not partisan. At least they're not usually partisan. I mean, they can be sometimes. They Live, for instance, was was John Carpenter basically giving the finger to Reagan, right? And that movie slaps. Nobody can deny that that movie slaps. And it is now, of course, a cult classic, and people appreciate it for what it is. You don't have to agree with everything that the artist says and does. I was bitching about, well, I was talking about Neil Gaiman before, right? I know all these people now. I've just been, these are people that they follow me on Facebook. I follow them back. I don't engage in political discussions because, for one thing, it's a bad idea. Second, I can't, right? Because that could fuck with my career opportunities, right? Right now, you just have to kind of keep your mouth shut, which sucks, right? Because I have a very big mouth and I like to flap my gums a lot. I'm very opinionated, right? And there was a time where you could be an opinionated motherfucker, and it wasn't that much of an issue. But now, yeah. So now they're accusing him of literally, since he's not coming out and condemning Trump, he is supporting Trump and actively supporting the persecution of gay people. And yeah, it's twisted logic. It's very twisted logic. But you got to understand, it's fear. These people have had so much fear driven into them that their minds can't take it. And don't ever forget that the part of the human brain that deals with logic, with critical thinking, it literally shuts down when you're afraid. And so people are acting the fool. And people are saying a lot of crazy, stupid shit. And people are doing a lot of crazy and stupid shit. So, I don't know how much this is going to fuck with him. I don't think it is much because don't forget, he's an indie guy. Right? He's got to be thanking his lucky stars that he's not fucking with Disney or Warner Brothers or and any other major corporation. That's the thing I love about this dude. He's keeping it indie because he also knows that if he lets some corporate monolith get its hands on the Terrifier series, it's fucked. And anything relating to it is going to be completely fucked. Speaking of things that, oh yeah. Cool, Matt. Good to talk to you always. So yeah, this is just, like I said, totally rational statement, perfectly reasonable. No, he needs to go now. He needs to be pilloried. He needs to be dealt with. I think fewer and fewer people are giving a fuck about this sort of a thing, though. At least I hope that they are. I mean, I don't know how people have the energy for it, quite frankly. But yeah, let me take a look at. Oh man, there's some pretty cool looking shit here, man. I'm just perusing Bloody Disgusting, but really quick, while we're on this subject of the Terrifier movies, which are excellent, by the way, if you haven't seen them, do check them out. They're strong stuff. That is to say, if you're a gore hound or a splatter movie fan, you'll be right at home. If you're not, if you've never seen a Lucio Fulci movie, and the only horror you've ever seen has been Scooby-Doo or something like that, yeah, then it might fuck you up. But otherwise, you'll be okay. And I really enjoyed Terrifier 3, although I don't think it's as good as Terrifier 2. It's just, yeah, it's, these are fucking splatter movies, but they're splatter movies with a brain and a heart. Because one of the things that I think is so brilliant, really, about them is the fact that they're actually really works of religious art, as far as I'm concerned. They're in the same subgenre as The Exorcist, for instance, and the The Conjuring, any Catholic horror movie. The Terrifier movies aren't just religious horror; they're specifically Catholic horror, and it's a one of the reasons I enjoy them so much is because they have that dimension.
P2M.
Oh yeah, check this out. This is kind of cool. Yeah, check this out. Art's blowing up, man. Now, horror video games are nothing new. They've been around since the days of the Atari 2600. The very first one, I think, was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, where you ran around as Leatherface and you basically turned people into sawdust. Dang, yo! Yes, as you can see, it's not the arcade game, it's the artcade game. Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. You can play the little pale girl. So this is co-op. Now, there's so much blood on the screen there. I can't even see what he's doing at the very end. Oh, I see. He's riding around on a little tricycle, and it looks like there's some kind of like a dog skull or something at the front. I can't tell. Oh, no. I guess he's just running motherfuckers over in his tricycle. Yeah, and there's also a Evil Dead side scroller on the way, and also what else is on the way? There's also oh, that's right, a Halloween side scroller on the way, which is interesting because Wizard Video, they're the ones that released the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, back in like the late 70s, or was it the early 80s? But way back in the day, in the Disney. They also released some adult games, some prawn games. One really notorious one called Custer's Revenge. I can't even tell you what you do in that game. It's really fucked up and depraved. But they were planning on a Scanners game and a Halloween game and all these other things that never did materialize. But these days, I'm guessing, of course, it's not that expensive to make a side scroller, and more power to them. The more kind of wacky shit that's out there, the better, I think. But let me see. All right, there is, because this is kind of cool too. So the new David Cronenberg movie is called The Shrouds. And there is evidently a teaser for it, which ya boy is going to try and download so we don't get any commercials or any shit like that. This looks like well, look, it's David Cronenberg doing David Cronenberg. I'm down with it, right? I'm so glad that he is back making the kinds of movies that only he can make, because in the 2000s he really switched to, I don't know, I think he was looking for critical respectability. And he made a series of non-Cronenbergian movies, some of which are great. Eastern Promises, for instance, awesome movie, but Stephen Frears or somebody like that could have directed it. And I just like seeing Cronenberg making the kind of movies that only he can make, right? It's the same reason, you wouldn't want David Lynch making Star Wars, which he was offered, by the way, or Halloween 2, which he was also offered. Although, fuck, man, if I get extra dimensional travel abilities, right, which I'm expecting any day right now, one of the things I always wanted to do is go into other dimensions or alternate worlds and see, like, okay, Star Wars with Christopher Walken as Han Solo. And so I would love to see Return of the Jedi directed by David Lynch. Oh my God, man. Yeah. Or whatchamacallit, fucking Halloween 2 directed by David. You know what? That actually may have worked, because, he's one of the great unsung horror directors, I think. What's up, Matt? What's going on?
Hey, what's up? What are you talking about over there? You talking about Christ Gal Link or Leap or whatever? Humping through like sliders. Remember that one?
Nah, I'm just bullshitting about random shit.
Hopping through portals. Damn, that fool fucking Leone's getting canceled by his woke Terrifier 1 actress. What up, Zayd? How you doing, brother?
What up, Phil? What's up, Phil?
Head shaved on.
If you want to join us, dude, let me know. I'll shoot you the link. But yeah, I mean, I haven't been following the fallout of this.
I just seen her in there. I was like, what the fuck?
What was it, Lauren Levera? Was she like all pissed off or something?
It was the chick that like one of the main actresses from the first one. I think she's yeah.
But it's not
like, dude, you're gone, bro. Like, you're gone. There's like 2 more movies already. Like, shut up.
Oh, I see. So it's somebody that's not currently part of the franchise.
Yeah, she was like the main. She was like the second chick that got offed in the first one. You know what I mean? The
brunette. Who gives a fuck what she? Oh, but yeah, then because that's the other thing too. You're gonna get a lot of people that are gonna be grandstanding motherfuckers.
Yeah, like Till's trying to get a little piece of it, and she's got like a shaved head. Like, come on, dude. Who cares?
It's like, you know what? Y'all are acting fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Keep me out of your shit. It's like, no, you have to be on our shit. You have to be on our shit. You better choose fucking sides, and you better choose the right one, or we're gonna fucking cancel you.
It's either you're either with us or you're against us.
Against us. That's exactly it.
Well, then I guess I'm
up mentality.
Thanks for letting me know, and now that I know that you're like that, I would have fucking been against you anyway. See you later, bye type shit, right?
Yeah.
How's everything else been going, bro? How's your week going?
It's going good. It's going actually really good, because looks like the depression bipolar support group that I've been trying to get off the ground looks like it's getting off the ground, and we got our first meeting in March, and we got the space secured, and the person I'm working with looks like we're going to be able to avoid any bullshit.
Really?
Because that's the thing. It's like, if you want to do good, if you want to do something that's good, right? Something that's good for your community, something that's good for people who need help. You want to do something, and also something that's just good for your own fucking head, right? Which is the main reason I'm doing this shit.
Yeah.
You're going to have to jump through hoops. You're going to face committees. You're going to face all kinds of people that are going to want something. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what they want sometimes. Sometimes I just think to myself, like, what the fuck is this? Is this like do you want me to grease your palm?
Something. They're all a bunch of fucking weirdos, They want power. They want a piece of it. You know, they want some money. You know, what are you going to give me? You know, people are fucking weird, especially the rich ones.
They really fucking are. And it's like the only people that you could that I found that when it comes to this sort of thing that I can trust are the people that are just volunteers. It's not the people that are actually where it's like, you know, their job to help people. Because if it's their job to help people, my experience, they ain't fucking helping people. They're fucking sitting on their ass. They're collecting a fucking check and waiting for that fucking pension. And
yeah, man, it's like fuck with your shit. A special person to just like help people like that, you know, like.
No, I mean, it's look. Look. You know me, right? Like I'm a religious guy. I don't Bible thump or anything like that, but I believe absolutely in my heart we were put on this earth to love each other and take care of each other and help each other. And if I'm wrong, hey, that's a pretty cool way to be wrong, right?
Right.
It's better than like thinking that God wants me to run around and decapitating people.
Well, it's like in you know what's right and wrong. Like a lot of the time, I really do believe that. Like even as a child, you know, like you have this gut feeling when things are wrong. Like even when you're evil, like
you feel it.
Yeah. Like
right?
Even if you're doing something fucked up to an asshole or like someone that deserves it, you're like, this is fucked up.
Yes. That's called having a conscience. That's called having a conscience. But here's the thing: some people don't.
Yeah, some don't.
I'm thinking they're called sociopaths. And I'm starting to, the older I get, the more and more I'm thinking. I think sociopaths are like wicked common.
Yeah, they are.
There's a lot of them.
Well, it's not only that; it's also society, man. It's like a
rewards
like a societal like fucking the sociopaths and people that are fucking what is the word, narcissists, you know. And it's like I'm on here too to kind of like on YouTube and stuff like that because I want to like promote my book, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah,
and my comics and shit, dude. You know, so
hell yeah.
If I wasn't doing that, I wouldn't be like out here. So if I'm gonna come out here, I'm gonna try to have some fun, and I'm gonna try to hook some people up too, because I get fun doing it too. You know.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
That's just the truth for me. But then there's some people that are out here. They're just fucking. I don't know why they're out here on the internet trying to do shit. You know. Like
to try to build their own brands, to build their own clout.
Clout.
I don't know. For self, you know, they're in it for themselves, and they have a certain dislike or enmity. There's a big fucking word for you for anybody that is altruistic, because it's like, I don't know, they get mad because they're like, you know, you're acting like you're a do-gooder. You're a do-gooder. So, but deep down inside, I know you're just as awful and as selfish as I am. And it's like, no, you're just a fucking freak.
Yeah, no, you should probably get some help, you know?
No, well, that's the thing, that you can't help them. Right?
Yeah, I know.
Like a certain yeah, I'm gonna go there. Urinal liquor. That's trying to shut down our boy Luke's website.
Is that what's going on?
Yes, that's exactly what's going on.
I heard it was some shit with like John De La Rose about like the term space marine. You know what I mean? And like,
well, look,
hasn't space marine been around a long time? Like, and like, who the fuck would go after fund my comic? You know, who the fuck would go after fund my comic? You know, and especially when you got like Cecil there, he's making like 70 grand or some shit. You know?
Oh, dude, that was a game changer.
Putting it on the map. You know? So I don't know. I guess someone had to come in and
it's gonna get taken out.
Someone had to come in there and tip the scales a little bit, you know, like, oh, we gotta fuck these guys up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I warned Luke from day one that he was gonna get gay opt, right? That a certain urinal liquor would be very upset because they were planning their own crowdfunding site, and so nothing's allowed.
Shit's mad lame
until that happens. And until then, you have to use a IGG who's going to shadow ban you, right? Which is good, because then you're not going to be making that much money. And then when Urinal Liquor releases his funder, then that, 5%, I mean, I imagine for him it would be more like 10, 15, 20%, right? the amount that the money that we give to Indiegogo or Kickstarter or any of the other crowdfunders, that goes into his fucking pocket, right?
It's like I
And it
understand why you
rightfully
do
belongs
that.
to him after all.
Like Indiegogo sucks. Like people go there because it has an audience and because that audience doesn't go to fund my comic. Let's be real, you know.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? So it's like it's not like
Same with
they've been around
Kickstarter.
5 years, but like Kickstarter's been around longer, you know. In reality, it should just be like maybe Kickstarter and that one or some other badass ones like fund my comic, you know. I don't know. You kind of got to go everywhere nowadays. It seems like
You do, and I have. Right?
Oh yeah, remember the Zoop? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. Then the Zoop thing got fucking gay up like a motherfucker, and I found that that's when I learned.
Like, isn't there
that's when I got all
SCW
these,
over
like,
there?
night letters. That's when I got
Isn't
all
there
these messages.
SCW over there?
And the thing is,
Oh
I mean,
my
if you
God.
remember, like my intentions were totally noble, if I dare say so. No, I mean, look, honest to God, it's just like I wasn't like Sim or Preston, any of these motherfuckers. There was like I was watching these motherfuckers. They're dropping sketch cards. They're dropping covers, helping people's campaigns get across the finish line. Right. I thought, well, what can I do? Okay, let me experiment. Let me try something. And if you remember, I put the first 6-gun trade paperback on Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You're like, I'll take the hit for everybody. Some shit,
Yeah.
right? How many years? That was a while ago, man. Right?
Yeah. So it's just like, okay, well, I'm not much use. I'm not very useful on the battlefield. So what can I do? Stop a bullet,
Yeah,
right? Or just to fucking see, and made a point of not promoting the campaign just to see, okay, who are the people that are going to like back our shit on Kickstarter just from fucking scrolling.
Yeah,
Luke's and here. It ended up being like $2,500.
Zoop said, or Zoop sound like poop. That's what
Zoop
Luke said.
It's like poop. What up, Luke? What up,
Luke?
Hey, brother. We're with you, man. You need anything? You hit up your boy, boys. Okay?
Hell yeah, man. I stand with Fun My Comic.
Fuck yeah, we
always
do.
have.
Yup. Have even when I didn't believe in it. as I've mentioned before, right? Matt was like, do you think this is gonna work? I'm like, no, hell no. But we gotta support it. We gotta back it, right? We gotta try. Otherwise, then you never know. Oh, dude, seriously, you earned that shit. And I'm proud to have my campaign on there, and can't wait to launch more shit once I finally fucking fulfill on this one.
Me too,
waiting
man.
for those colors. But let me throw this on real quick. I wanted to talk a little bit. See, thank God you came in, because you reminded me that we should do a little fucking shilling, because there is a campaign.
You got to shill a little bit. You got to do the shill weave.
I'm learning this from you.
You got to do the shillingle.
Yep. See, I'm learning from Homeboy down here. I'm stealing his fucking format is what I'm doing, because it's a good format. So it's fair. No one knew me and was justified to be skeptical. No, I mean, it's not that I thought you were sus. I just thought that it wasn't going to work because of what happened to me after my Zoop campaign. Because I got gay-opped out the ass. When I launched that shit, I had people hitting me up immediately and being like, dude, you just fucked up.
Yeah. Dude,
and
you're on an SCW site. And it's like, dude, Indiegogo's SCW too, bro. Like,
no, that's not that's not what people were saying. People were just like, a certain urinal liquor is going to be very upset.
Oh, I didn't know about all that, but
yeah,
I thought it was a Camilla Zong bullshit. And I was like, dude, give us a fuck.
Well, that was
they're
the
fucking woke all over, you know?
Yeah, but so short version for anybody that's new to this story. So I go to Zoop, and they want an omnibus, right? So I have to set the goal real high at 10K to know that I'm going to be able to fill on this thing. Because at the time I was losing my house and was bankrupt after losing everything, after quitting my job to take care of my sick mother. It's like something out of a fucking Dickens novel, to be perfectly honest. But And so I was like, okay, let me do this, and we'll see if we have like a new place where that's not going to shadow ban us. Also, I was affiliated with a certain comics movement and wanted to see, well, were they going to have a problem with me? And they didn't. And then I go out to promote the campaign, and all the people that said that oh, dude, yeah, you launch a new campaign, I got you back. I'll have you on to promote your shit and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Or
I had you on. You were on my first show.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And mind you, nobody owes me shit. That's always the most important thing to say, even though people
nobody owes anybody anything, Brian.
Nobody owes anybody nothing.
You know what I mean?
Fucker, if I lend you $20, you now owe me $20. If I pull you out of a burning car, you don't owe me shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's how I kind of feel. Like personally, that's how I like. Okay, it kind of sucks when I don't get my book, but I feel like if I put money on a campaign and I don't get it back, that's what I I gave the money to them. You know what I mean? I know I'm like 99% of people don't agree with me on that, but it's like I'm giving them the money because I'm pledging to that. That's right. It's kind of what it is. It's for them to kind of they need the funds. You know what I mean? And they're probably going to need it on another campaign and another campaign because as we go through these years, you need multiple campaigns to kind of build up like a business, dude. And the comics aren't cheap; they're expensive to make. So
no, especially when you can't draw worth a damn.
Yeah. But it does suck, though. I understand. Sometimes I get in those moods where I'm like, "Fuck, man, wonder where that book's at." Because I really wanted it. Because I helped the person, but it's like, I did help him out, but fuck it. But it's like I kind of would like to look at that book, like Sovereign, the one by Warta. That one would have been dope. And what was the other one? Shinobi Sasquatch, Rob Willis. That book's dope. But it's like, a lot of the time those guys they were kind of starting out, dude, and they didn't know what the fuck they're doing, just like all of us,
Yeah, but the thing is I fulfilled on every campaign. You fulfilled on your campaigns.
Yeah, I did.
Right? And I'm gonna fucking, get bent over a chair and fucking Rogered in the ass when I fulfill this new one.
Said Rogered.
Right? Well, I'm trying to use my so what you get from watching a lot of the BBC. Oh, now BBC means something completely different than the British Broadcasting channel.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, it's like everybody was like suddenly in the chats fucking with me. If somebody did have me on, Camilla Zan. Turned out the bitch hadn't worked there in over a year.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling them, all right, flying monkeys, go do your fucking thing. And then the people that I thought had my back, who didn't have my back, were suddenly like, when does your campaign end? And I tell them, they're like, how about the day after that? And I was like, really? Okay, I see how it is. I see. But the thing is I forgive, honest to God, seriously, I'm not bullshitting. I do forgive those people because, okay, it's kind of crappy, but I understood they were being bullied and they were afraid.
Yeah, I believe in forgiveness for a few times. Once or twice, but the third time, it's like,
oh yeah, no,
I don't know, bro.
You
know what I mean? And then if you look at the person and they got like a laundry list of like where they kind of did the same thing to other people, where there's receipts and stuff.
Patterns.
Then I'm like,
behavior.
Okay, kind of don't want to be your friend anymore.
Yes.
God bless you.
It's all about patterns of behavior, right? It's if they're screwing you, they're screwing over other people, that sort of a thing, and you just read that, you know to steer clear of certain individuals. And one of the things I love about this scene now, although it's in disarray, is that everybody kind of knows who everybody is.
Yeah.
Everybody by now has revealed their true self.
Yeah.
You can only keep that fucking mask on for so fucking long before
for about 5 years
it flips and your insatiable desire to lick urinals takes over and fucks everything up. But everybody go check out Psycho Slumber. This is by our boy Phil, friend of the show. and also my boy Adam Lawson, whom I have a book coming out with later this year called Blood Moon Stomp. Right now,
I'm ready for that.
Yeah, this is because you can also back this on. Here, let me drop the link.
So many books I want, man. I can't get them all. I still got to get this.
It's frustrating, right?
Yeah, I actually wanted to get Rate the God 3. I really like that book by Lepresti.
Oh God, yeah, no, I still haven't gotten that. There's a bunch, man. There's a bunch. I haven't gotten the new Clint Stoker joint. I haven't gotten the old Cliff Stoker joint. Clint Stoker even. I haven't gotten all Narwhal shit. I haven't backed.
Yeah, I got to get his too.
Shit.
I got to get Fiendish too. I got to get all those books.
I get all those books too.
That's actually my jam. It's like Viking, fucking Lovecraftian.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
You know? A little bit like
Arena's a real
manga.
Talent.
Yeah,
you know, she's a rock star and she can draw a beastie. And you know me and my monsters.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like the variant cover by Doug Mankey.
He's awesome, man. I love that guy's work.
Yeah, he fucking is. I mean, come on, look at this. I was
saying to like Phil, like he should be drawing a mask, like do a mask remake, and if like they own the rights or something, say fuck it, just do another one. You know, call it Loki's mask. That sounds dope, right? Because it's Loki's mask.
Oh, know? dude, there are so many knockoffs and ripoffs. And there's nothing wrong with creative theft. There's different ways of doing it.
Especially if it's like yours, you know what I mean? Like if I like got rid of my character, I would, you know, if someone stole it, I would try to find another way to kind of re-engineer it, you know, like fuck you ain't taking my shit, dog, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Like straight up, like Evil Ernie's a good one. He's just now, it came out like Mike Morg or something. That's like a kind of like Evil Ernie, but a little different, you know, like just enough. Actually, it's kind of more like got a little Frankenstein edge to it. And he usually does, what is it? Brian, I forgot his name. I'm horrible this year. Brian Polito. He usually does just like the Lady Death stuff, you know, like the titty books, you know. And I was like, man, dude, you need to do some other, like, you know, some badass like Evil Ernie shit too sometimes, like, you know. And he did. That's another book I wanted to get. Didn't get it. And his stuff's really affordable too. He actually made his own like kind of like crowdfunding just for himself, you know, called like the Coffin.
Dude. Nobody has that shit down better than him.
Nope.
He's the guy.
He's the OG, like before everybody, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. He has that shit down to a fucking science. And he's killing this. He's killing it. But yeah, this book just looks so fantastic. I can't wait to read it. You got characters from the Kill Journal. You up against teaming up with Crimstone to battle a revenant, one that fucks with you in your dreams. So I don't believe Adam or Phil have come out and officially stated it, but I can tell very clearly, Dream Warriors ain't gonna dream no.
You know what's crazy about that movie, dude?
Yeah.
You know how Freddy was like made, right?
Yes. So
they're saying that now that like like when women, like when they mate with men, like there's little like particles of DNA that's left over in the man, from the man in the woman, you know, and that she passes that on to her kids.
What is this in?
This is like this new scientific discovery that they're saying.
Whoa! Can you back that up and repeat that for me?
So they're saying now that like women that, you know, like whores, you know, that sleep with a lot of guys.
Yeah.
A lot of the DNA from the men that they encounter, you know, that they hook up with, you know, and sleep with, it stays in their body still.
Whoa.
And they pass it on to their children, and their children could kind of pick up on some of it. And some people might go,
"Oh no, shit!"
Yeah, yep. So I'm like, damn. And I seen it. It was like a month ago. I was like, oh, so that just like Dream Warriors. That's what I'm saying, you know.
It really is.
And it's not that far fetched to me when you think about it, right?
No, but I mean, especially
Like
when
you see,
find,
you zoom in on like like the inner space, on the cosmic level, like Ant-Man and shit, in Inner Space by
right.
Joe Dante. When you think about
Yep.
that, you get even smaller. I mean, it seems like some stuff would be sticking around.
That's very interesting.
It's
That is
very interesting.
That is really fucking interesting, and it is something immediately that makes you think, like, oh shit, you could totally use that as a premise for a horror film.
Oh fuck yeah, comic too, or horror comic.
Yep.
You could have all these like characters that like split personalities and shit.
Yep.
Pretty dope. Like Cowboy Ninja Viking. Did you ever read that one?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna pick that up. It's like Riley Rossmore. That dude had some dope books, man. And then he got like started making twink fucking Robin books. Like he was doing like Batman Shadow and Nurse. Was it Rasputin?
That's the work they're giving now.
Yeah. He's working with Daniel Warren Johnson now, though. He's working with him.
If you're going to be drawing a superhero, he's gonna be sucking a dick.
And it's like, no, but he's good. And it's like, I can't really defend the artist, And it's like, but he did some dope shit like that. The Batman Shadow and the Cowboy Ninja Viking looked pretty cool. But yeah, like now he's working with doing the twink shits right now. He's doing with Daniel Warren Johnson.
And here's the thing: if you're gonna have gay characters in the comics, fine, that's totally cool. Just don't take canonically straight characters and suddenly make them gay.
Yeah, no, and then like
there's nothing homophobic about that.
Yeah, and then you give it to the kids. It's like, yeah, no, that's a little too young to be pushing that on them. And then they read it and they go home like, oh, this is cool. I could do this. Like, no, that's not cool, man. Yeah, you want to be doing that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I was watching I've been watching like the last season of Young Justice, right?
Yeah.
Because I missed it when it first came out because that's when my life was just completely imploded, right?
Those first 2 seasons, were good, but the third one, sorry, man, they kind of lost me on there. They got a little woke,
In the
like
fourth one, have you seen the 4th season yet?
No, I didn't even fuck with it. I think what was it? It was on like I forgot what it was on. It switched networks though.
It's I think it's on Prime right now, but the thing is, it's like. Wait, hold on. Let me. Yeah, I'm gonna run that in a second for Sheezy. But yeah, it fucked me up because I'm watching the new season, and you can tell that the series is written using the Levitz paradigm. The Levitz paradigm is a formula for writing a comic book that was created by, I think, Paul Levitz was the guy, right? And he was writing Legion of Superheroes for like a decade or more, right? Yep. And so he developed this system where you've got like 3 different plots, and then you've got like 3 subplots, and like this plot starts to take off where this one comes to its middle, and you understand what I'm saying? It's like it's like a blueprint basically.
Pretty awesome.
For how to juggle that particular type of storytelling, where where you're jumping around, right? Yeah. And so the way that's done in Young Justice is meticulous, right?
Oh yeah,
meticulous.
Awesome. That's really good.
And then suddenly I'm watching the scene that's in Atlantis, and this character goes, "Oh no, my wife and husband."
Yeah, like what the fuck?
I'm like, no, right? I rewind and I put on the subtitles to make sure.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
My wife and husband.
Yeah,
right?
And it's not the only show. Even the bad shows like kind of fell victim to that. You know what I mean? Like it's the whole, and it happened a lot on kids shows too, where they just started. 3rd season, usually around the 3rd season they would switch it, and I was warning people about this like 4 years ago, like
right. And then there's still going to be, even though now it's over.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
It's a lot of kids shows, bro.
Years worth of woke shit.
A lot of kids shows.
Polluted shit, right?
Like awesome kids shows where you're like, nope, you ain't watching that no more. Yoink. Like it happened a lot to us.
No, I mean, I get it. And the thing is, that's, one of the reasons I'm against censorship, right, is because it's the responsibility of the parents, right? It's just like, that's your job. Now, what fucked me up was just how ham-fisted a lot of this shit was, and you can tell it was inserted. Because I've been watching one scene, and I'm like, there's no way that the person who wrote this scene wrote this scene.
Yeah, it's like they got like AI or something or ChatGPT going with the gay shit. Just like they write the whole thing. Insert it here and here and here.
There was one episode. There was one episode in season 4 that it's the whole episode. It's all up in that whole episode, right? And I looked up, because I checked to see who wrote it, and it was somebody named May Cat.
Wow.
And I looked to check May Cat's other credits, and it was all like woke video games.
Nice. Lame, dude.
So it's like, sure enough, it's just like that person's not there to tell a story. That person's just there to insert that shit. And so in season 4, it's just like, and it starts out great because it only gets fucked up around like episode 14 or something, right? And which I thought was interesting because that's when it just got aggressive with the woke shit, right? Aggressive with the woke shit. And it's just clumsy storytelling. And it's just, just looking at it from the point of view of a craftsman, right? I'm just like, that's just shoddy. It's shoddy workmanship.
It's not that it's at that point too. Also, it's not that it's just woke gay shit. It's just bad storytelling.
It's just bad. That's my point.
So, that was the stuff that Rachel Meyer has been crying about for years. Yeah. In respect too, he should be.
Yeah. Look, I'm a way more liberal guy than you are, so I would probably let my kids watch a lot of shit that you wouldn't let your kids watch. That's how it's supposed to fucking work, right? Yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. But it was just jarring. My wife and husband.
It's fucking lame.
And from that point on, it was just, oh God, I'm telling you, it's like you watch season 4 of Young Justice and it's dope. And then you get to that point and it's still dope, but then it has this shit that's just very clearly just fucking shoehorned in there for that fucking, SEG score or whatever.
No, there's a lot, dude. There's a lot. Like out of nowhere, like so many shows, man. When my kid was growing up, like the first like half of her life, bro. You know what I mean?
Damn.
That shit happened, and then the whole like pandemic happened, and then lost like a couple years of school, and it was fucking lame. And I know it was mostly their fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear that. Real quick, let's run the dope-ass trailer for this, which, by the way, damn, I don't have my new mic plugged in, so I can't really lean in and say the name John Dillard.
I'll be right back. I gotta get my coffee.
Listen to this motherfucker's sexy voice right here.
From Zaid Comics comes The Lost Pages 2.
No, wait a second. I'm getting my trailers mixed up. This isn't the Dillard one. Damn, now I'm disappointed. But it's still a dope trailer.
This time we follow the Silhouette, our ghostly avenger who brings justice to the streets of Chicago. Ever searching his haunted past while chasing a new supervillain, El Dorado. The golden menace whose powers rival the city's Avenger. But the minds of the scum and the souls of the vile know nothing of the darkness shrouded within the Silhouette. Only.
Yeah, there's that cover by our boy Preston, and you can't see it here, but the teeth, it's like a foil cover, but the whole thing isn't foil, just his teethers.
Just the gold teeth, the gold foil teeth.
Yeah. And so, and it looks spectacular. Yeah, it looks spectacular. But yeah, that was the wrong trailer. But hey, if you haven't checked out the Lost Pages, go check that shit out. And Phil's books just keep getting better and better
on Indiegogo.
And the thing is when you're ordering a book from him, or especially Psycho Slumber, right? That's from our boy Adam, who always fucking over delivers in terms of like format and just like the physical quality of the product.
He's like all over, man. Like he goes all over and sees all kinds of stuff, like globally and
Man of the world,
cross continentally, like all the different styles of prints and mangas and bon dessinée and.
Well, it's just funny because I remember when he first came. I don't know if I mentioned this the other day, but so forgive me if I repeat myself. But I remember when he first came into the space, he was really careful not to be seen as like an interloper, right? And I just reassured him, is just like A, no, and B, the space is or should be open to everybody, right? You want to throw your hat in the ring, go right ahead. And it's not that he wasn't a comic book fan. It's just that he was a relatively new comic book fan compared to us. Do you know what I'm saying? He'd been when did Snakes on a Plane come out? That was a long ass time ago, because he was directing the music video for that. That's how he did. That's how he discovered comics.
Really?
Yeah. He's was directing the music video for Snakes on a Plane. And Sam Jackson is in that video, and he was like sitting in his chair, right, waiting for his cue or whatever, and he was reading, and he's evidently super cool, just a dude, and super approachable. So Adam comes over and is just like, hey Sam, what you reading? And he was like, 100 Bullets, and he showed it to Adam and was like, oh. Like, I didn't know comics could be like this. And Sam Jackson educated him. And I think told him what I know. Sam Jackson says that, like, when he turns people on to comics, he always says, like, the first thing that he tells people is get your hands on all the Frank Miller you can get your hands on.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Get yourself some Daredevil. Get yourself some Ronin. Get yourself some Dark Knight. Get yourself some fucking Sin City.
He's right. Frank Miller's
right.
Shit. He's one of my favorite, and it's funny because he's so like blatantly obvious, but I always like forget to name him. You know what I mean? Because he is one of my influences.
Game changer. Like, he's so influential. It's like almost like, why would you even bother?
He's like Kirby, like just
exactly.
He's just up there. Like, there's like some big names, and he's just like one of the biggest.
One of the people who fucked with the visual vocabulary of comics and left their indelible mark on it, and then I remember when he got canceled, which was actually right I think before cancel culture even really kicked in.
So
just like I loved what Mark Millar did when he stepped up and he said, you know what, like, y'all are being assholes, and it's like it's not even that I agree with them, right? Because that's the first thing people do is they jump down your throat like, oh, you agree with what he said? It's just like, me personally, no. But why, like, where does this glee come from? Why are you, like, so happy to fucking jump down this guy's throat based on an opinion, right? And suddenly their relevance as an artist is completely erased. You see, that's the thing that's funny about what's going on with the Neil Gaiman thing.
Yeah.
His fans are woke as fuck, so they don't know what to do. Because it was like with the Harry Potter thing, right?
Oh yeah, they canceled what's her face?
Yeah, why am I blanking on her name?
J.K. Rowling, is that her name?
J.K. Rowling. Thank you.
Rowling?
Somebody here that isn't smoking weed all the time.
Surprised I remembered it, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I've never read any of the books, so
me neither.
Right, so I fucking respect her for being base as fuck, right?
Yeah.
And when she said things, once again, like what Damien Leone said, perfectly reasonable. People were just like, oh, well, now we can't enjoy Harry Potter anymore.
Yeah.
And so now there is an epidemic. I guarantee you that if you, oh God, I would love to actually go to, like, because I know there's some tattoo shops around here. I should just stake those out and just wait for like woke Neil Gaiman fans to come in and like get their Sandman tattoos.
Oh yeah,
lasered off. Wait, they don't do that at the tattoo parlor. They don't laser tattoos off. You have to go to like
Doctor, yeah,
right.
Specialist. You see the new Fantastic Four trailer?
Yeah,
Yeah, what you think?
not excited.
Hmm?
Kind of down on it, like just kind of shrugging, just kind of being like, yeah. So, what about yourself?
I got a little in the feels for it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't.
I was like, oh, but then I started thinking of like a bunch of shit, like Robert Downey Jr. is Doom, Woke Silver Surfer, that's a chick.
Oh, that's right. It's not Norrin Rad. Wait, they gender swapped the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
But other than that, it was like if I looked at the trailer, okay, my only gripe would have, and if I didn't know about all that and I just saw the trailer, I'd be like, if I wanted to nitpick, I'd be like, the Thing's voice, the Thing's not, he's not in the suit.
Either.
He's not in the suit.
Like the Thing.
He's not in the suit, because I like him in the suit, and like Pedro Pascal, he's got a mustache. But other than that, it looked fucking good, and I got excited for that movie, and I want to see it. Galactus's big ass fucking head coming in, like, I was
that
like, dude,
part made me happy.
I got goosebumps. All right, it's a good trailer, but I know all this stuff about it.
Well,
am I gonna go watch it? Yeah. Does it look better than Superman? Yeah. But the thing is, like the balance started shifting. As soon as I felt my goosebumps and getting in my feels, I started thinking about RDJ and then the Woke Silver Surfer, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. And then Pedro Pascal, he's a bitch, but he's a good actor.
But he's a perfectly good actor.
Yeah.
Right? It's just that he's kind of overused the same way Idris is overused, the same way Michael Fassbender, holy shit, how that dude's overused.
Same way Oscar Isaac is overused. He's in every movie.
Yes. Oh, and speaking
of Star
which,
Wars. Oh, it's a Marvel movie. Oh, it's it's 2 Marvel movies now he's in. Oh, look. He's in, you know what I mean? He's in everything. It's like, oh, look, he's in Dune.
Yeah, it's fuck.
But he's a good actor. I knew he was a good actor when I seen him in Robin Hood. He was an awesome little John. To me, he was like the best. Like, he was the best actor in the movie.
Who?
Oscar Isaac. Yeah, I mean, he's not like, I actually think Russell Crowe and Kate Blanchett are better actors than him. But he was just, in that movie, he was just stealing the show. I'm sorry.
Have you seen the first pic of him as Frankenstein?
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for that. See, he's Dr. Frankenstein. He looks cool. He looks fine to me. It's just it's just Guillermo's doing his thing.
Look, he would have made a great Doctor Doom, right?
Yes.
Because he's also, you could maybe potentially buy him. He's racially ambiguous enough where you could maybe buy him as a gypsy.
Yeah, you could definitely.
Right?
Yeah. Pedro Pascal, I forgot he was in Wonder Woman. He was like the Donald Trump guy or whatever.
That's right. Oh,
I never watched it. I never fucked with it. Yeah, I never fucked with it. So I was just like, whatever, dude. I'm not really into Wonder Woman, bro. It's not like
I love.
I gotta watch her movie.
But I didn't watch either of those movies.
I bought the first one at the time. When I was, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. But after a while, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I thought Ares was dope. Which is David Thewlis or whatever. Sometimes movies,
I love that dude.
They would just have cool characters in it back in the day, and I would just buy them. Like their scene would be cool, or what I mean.
Thewlis is in the first Wonder Woman movie.
He's Ares.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Spoiler.
That's interesting. That's an interesting choice.
He's also in Justice League: The Snyder Cut.
Is he really? Who does he play in that?
Ares. God of War. From DC's Ares.
David Thewlis?
Yeah, bro. And it's funny because they CGI him bigger because he gets Hulk size because Ares is huge,
Oh, so I mean, I wouldn't be. Oh, okay. So I probably wouldn't know that it was him unless somebody
pointed it out. And then he put on a little bit of like face fat. Over the years, we all get it. It's kind of hard to.
Well, he's an older dude now.
Yeah, he's not like in Harry Potter anymore. Or Dragonheart. Remember when Dragonheart wasn't that?
Oh
him?
God,
he was
a piece of shit. Well, no, the main movie I remember him from was Naked by Mike Leigh. Mike Leigh is a British director. He did like these very working class slice of life movies, and they're very good. And that one's the best because it's a
okay.
little Lynchian. Because there's a
that's
character in that's very Patrick Bateman-like, but you at some point start to suspect that he might be like the devil.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
And
don't know,
David
man.
Thewlis in that, like, that was one of those performances, like Russell Crowe with Romper Stomper.
I never
where,
saw
like,
Romper Stomper.
Yeah,
The
like
skinhead
when
movie, right?
yeah, and they came out at around the same time, and both of those movies were these, you know, you had these actors that you'd never seen before, and you were just like, holy fucking shit.
So like the 90s.
Like major fucking.
There was a lot of
talent.
like skinhead and like punk movies back in the 90s, like, you know what I mean? Like American History X and SLC Punk and Train Spotting and
Well, it's great. It's great. The thing that's great about Romper Stomper
Suburbia.
is, well, Suburbia was a punk rock movie. That was
Yeah.
from that was like from my
But I'm
era.
just saying, like kids, there was a lot of like street, like punk rock, skinhead shit, just like
Well, it's a
kinda
genre.
in
It's
the
a genre.
in the 90s, you know?
Yeah, it's a
I
genre.
don't see it anymore.
It's the modern version of the juvenile delinquent genre, like Blackboard Jungle and that sort of a thing, you know, where
Yeah.
like, you know, some kid was bad news because he wore a baseball cap backwards and he might
Yeah.
pull a switchblade on you.
Some baggy pants, some sagging his pants.
Well, that was more like an 80s, 90s
That's
thing.
how it was with us. We used to have some I used to have baggy pants. Back in
Oh,
the
so
day.
you could hide, so you could hot stash a little something, something, a little something,
Nah,
something.
it was just a
in
style.
case-
Just had my skateboard and stuff. I was like,
Oh, okay.
like those. I was like those kids on kids, you know.
But you didn't have like there was one kid, man. I remember living in New York City actually when kids came out, right?
Yeah,
And there were so you would see those kids, right?
yeah.
And I just remember there was this one kid on, I would always see him on Bleecker Street, on St. Mark's and First. And he was sporting some extra, hold on. Extra large baggy pants. Like he was like swimming. Holy fucking shit.
I had some baggy pants, but I had a buddy that he had like he had the biggest ones. It was Jinko was the brand that made them. They're like horrible, right? And his were so big they were just straight up bell bottoms from like the thighs down. We used to call that full F-Zero. Like there was a game called F-Zero where like you're like a hovercraft on Super NES or whatever. I call that full F-Zero because he would, you know, it looked like he was floating around like Nosferatu. Dude, I was driving today. I was like, dude, they fucked up, son. I was like, Skarsgård. He would have been a good Dr. Doom after just like you just thinking of Nosferatu's voice, you know?
Oh my god. Well, dude, like
right, dude, I fucked you up, huh?
The moment you just fucked me up again.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker. The moment, I mean, it was that moment at the that big unveiling, right? Doomsday. You're gonna meet Dr. Doom. Takes the mask off, and it's Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, what's up,
and then,
dude? You're back again.
Like any hope.
What if he took the mask off and it was like Johnny Depp? Like, what would you do? You'd be like,
I prefer somebody like Vincent Perez, although I think he's a little bit old for it now. He would have been like a young Vincent Perez would have been fucking perfect.
There's a lot of like we've talked about this
the accent and everything.
Times, you know? There's like we talked about this, and there's like 10 like actors they just like pissed on. You know what I mean? Like Viggo Mortensen would have been good. Adam Driver would have been good.
This is what I don't get. Is this their way of bringing Tony Stark back?
I'll bet you $5 it is because they already had that storyline where Tony Stark, you know, became Iron Man, or you know, there was the Iron Man.
Yeah, so we're never going to get a good Doctor Doom. We're never going to get like the Doctor Doom in the comic books. We're never ever going to get him in a movie.
No, I don't think so, brother.
No.
I don't see why they would bring RDJ.
Can I get that before I fucking die?
I want to do a movie. You know,
I want to do. Dude, I would fucking.
He's so cool. He's such a cool character.
When Sony was planning that, I was just like, I would pay to see that. Unless it was like Jared Leto, right? Like the Morbius movie.
Yeah.
I love me some fucking Morbius. The fact that there was a Morbius. I mean, look, when the Blade movie came out, that blew my mind. I remember sitting in the theater and thinking, holy shit, how weird is this? If you had told me when I was a little kid that I'd be sitting in a movie theater about to watch a Blade movie, shit.
Like there's a couple movies that put you in the feels like that, you know, like I've, you know, but it hasn't happened to me for a long time. I remember the Avengers was kind of, remember watching the Avengers was kind of like that, like, damn, they're all, you know, and I do remember like Blade 2, like leaving the theater, like, whoa, I just seen something different here.
Dope.
And I remember going to my homies like after that, like, dude, you got to watch Blade 2, you know, like you have no idea. It was like the best movie I've ever seen. At the time,
awesome.
I was like, that's the coolest movie I've ever seen. Like, I just like that fight at the end with Nomak.
It's so good.
It just stayed in my head, you know. I was like, wow,
the CGI fighting in that first scene, which is like the second action sequence in the movie when like the vampire ninjas are invading Blade's lair.
Yeah.
Right? That it just looked off. But then for the Nomak fight, it looked great.
Yeah.
Right? And you were just like, oh, that's where they fucking shot their load, right there.
That's where they shot, spent their money there, you know.
Right. And fucking Guillermo, God bless him. Like my favorite quote from him is like, was I going to make Blade 2 the Guillermo del Toro movie, or was I going to make Blade 2 the Kick-Ass movie?
Yeah.
And I decided to make Blade 2 the Kick-Ass movie. And I was like, thank you.
Thank you, Guillermo. You don't have to fucking pull a Rob or a Zack Snyder all the time, you know, just
Exactly.
Sometimes you got to get out of the, you know, especially if it's like a character.
Right.
It's like, okay, I'm not hiring you to do a commission of Blade. I'm hiring you to make a fucking movie of Blade with a little bit of like your style in it, you know?
Right. As for Guillermo's Frankenstein, that's something where I just like want to see him go off and do his own thing.
You commission him to make Frankenstein. That's what I mean. Like for that, that's a commission. Like do it your way. I'm not fucking with you for the most part. Like here's some money, you know, here's your 50 million or whatever. Go make a dope ass Frankenstein movie, you know?
Now what I love about this picture is, you know, it's very clear to see what's happening here. It's a young, passionate Victor Frankenstein who is lecturing at Ingolstadt, the University at Ingolstadt. is where Frankenstein studied, and he's basically, you know, telling them like, hey, you know, I like we can defeat death itself, and he can, you know, you're all fools, right? This is like, you can tell this is like right when he gets kicked out, when he gets booted out of med school.
You see the heads up, the guy sitting in the background, you know?
Yeah, you can see with the caps on and shit. Yeah, that's clearly what's happening here. But you look at the expression on Oscar Isaacs is a solid fucking actor. Do I look at that and do I see Victor Frankenstein? Absolutely, 100 fucking %.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As for the monster, they're going to clearly sit on that. I think those, because I can't believe how long. I can't believe that. You know, with Nosferatu had been out for a week. 3 days. It took 3 days, 3 or maybe 4 days before he leaked online. They did a good job. Like society did a good job. I could say like people did it, like holding it out. I was surprised that like just humankind didn't reveal him so fast. Right.
You know? Right.
Like the horror. Well, you know what it is too. I think it was the horror fans that were like, you know what. Like you need to just see this for the first time on the fucking screen because it's so fucking unbelievably bold and striking and you know, it's like I said, I just felt bulldozered by that movie. I felt like I'd just been fucking run over by a car. It's like, huh, what? Right? Which is
you either get it and get scared by it or you don't. You know, it's simple as that.
I thought it was magnificent. It was magnificent.
Me too.
And
100%.
And so I mean, look, and now we got Guillermo doing this Frankenstein, which he's always wanted to do, and I believe he is promising us Bernie Wrightson Frankenstein monster.
Is he?
I think that has been the implication because he has mentioned his love for Wrightson and that version of the monster.
Because I used to be all about like Guillermo back in the day. Like right when I found out after Blade 2, I just became like a pretty hardcore fan for a good solid 10 or 15 years, you know. And I went out and bought all of his back catalog, like Chronos, Devil's Backbone, like everything. You know what I mean? I went out and bought everything.
That shit's all dope. I
still have it, you know. And then I kind of fell off later on. I don't know. Like he kind of stopped making movies for a while, maybe, or something like that. But I remember he had
stopped
the
making
Hellboy.
interesting movies.
Yeah, he had. I think it was at the Mountains of Madness that kind of ruined him a little bit. But I remember he was working on like working on 15 in the Hobbit 3 years of his life. Yeah, that was what it was. And he was just working on stuff for so many years. But I remember he was always talking about that Bernie writes in Frankenstein. You know, he always wanted that, and that was always in like interviews and special features and all kinds of stuff. You know, like anytime the news would drop, I would read his articles. You know, and that thing would always come into conversation somehow. You know.
He, although you know, look, I have much love for him. I don't think actually I haven't seen his remake of Nightmare Alley yet. I should check that.
I started watching it. It's pretty good, but I stopped watching it. Something happened. But it was
Crimson Peak. I thought was a snooze fest. I didn't like Water. I didn't care for Pacific Rim. I loved fucking Hellboy 2. Hated it.
Hellboy 2's dope.
Didn't hate it, but disliked it when I saw it in the theater, and then like watched it when it came out on Blu-ray. It was like, what the fuck was I thinking?
I mean, I loved it when I saw it, you know, and then like I kind of was like, it's weird. I go through different phases with that movie, you know. And I get new information about it because it's Guillermo doing Hellboy. It's a Guillermo Hellboy movie, you know. In the first movie, you get you get a perfect blend of Hellboy and Mignola, you know. And he takes all the stuff out of the first 4 issues of Hellboy and makes it better. He gets the Frogmen, gets rid of the Frogmen, the Plague of Frogmen, and then he brings in the Samael, which is chef's kiss design of a monster, you know. Awesome. He gets rid of the mansion. He brings in a gigantic like mausoleum at the end of the movie. He makes Kronos a fucking ninja with like blades that could do all this crazy shit, you know. None of that was in the book. That's Guillermo del fucking Toro changed all that, you know. And I was just like, wow, this is dope, dude.
Yes. And then the second one, he goes a little further in the X-Men territory.
Yeah.
But the fucking monsters,
the creatures,
and
it's
the
fun.
Special effects, and just everything about. I mean, it's just a really great, entertaining comic book movie. Is it
no horror?
Hellboy? No, it's more like the
horror.
X-Men.
And they still haven't nailed down Hellboy right yet. The new movie got pretty fucking close, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That you know, well, I was gonna do a review on it, but I just kind of guess that fucking tarantula in the beginning of the movie. It's so Sci-Fi Network special effectsy, and I was just like, fuck, dude. All right. So then I'm watching the movie. I'm like, damn, dude, this movie's good. Like the actor is so good. You know, like he's probably my favorite Hellboy. You know, there's just certain scenes in there where it's just he just falls right into the role. You know,
I do have to check that out because I'm told that, you know, because the trailer was dog shit, and I'm told that that it's worth a look. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely worth watching.
You and Preston said it's worth a look. So at the very least, I'm sure it's got to at least be.
It's got what's his name from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in there, the butler. He's in there. Forgot his name.
What was that dude's name again?
I never knew his name, to be honest, but he's in there. He's the priest.
Check this out, man. Check this out. This is fucked up. This has me worried. Because there is a sacred ground that is now potentially in peril. And I'm thinking I am going to have to maybe make the pilgrimage as soon as possible.
Is that some
Monroeville Mall?
Ba-da-da.
Yeah. If you know, you know. Walmart has bought the Monroeville Mall.
Fuck around?
Which fucks me up because I wish some rich motherfucker like Stephen King would do the right thing and buy this and turn it into the Dawn of the Dead museum.
Why don't you email him, dude? No, I mean, like, you just got to, like, I do shit like that sometimes. Like, I'll
I should
I'll
hit him
Elon
up
on
on
Twitter.
Sky.
I've been adding Elon on Twitter, you know, like, hey, dude, you know. Sometimes you just got to hit people up. You know
I
what
agree.
I mean? Like,
I
oh, I
agree.
want to work on this. Like, who the fuck are you? They could be like, who the fuck are you? Or you're fucking nuts. Or
Right.
just ignore you. Or be like, oh, hi, hey, how's it going? Because some people that made it in life are just, they human really well. Most of them don't, but it's worth the shot, you know.
Yeah, I totally agree. Right, $34 million, dude. Stephen King has that in his fucking couch cushions.
Yeah, he donates tons of money to charity every year.
Tons of money, and that's why the man's a legend. The man's an icon by all accounts.
He's done too many drugs.
Cool human being. He's got the TDS.
He's got the TDS. Needs to chill.
The TDS.
I don't know. I mean, he's probably just, I don't know what the fuck, man.
Everybody I know that's met that guy has said that he is like humble as fuck. That he's somebody who considers himself like lucky. Like he won the fucking lottery.
Well, I think
do you know what I'm saying? Which is what you would hope a guy like that would be like.
I don't know like what's up with him, with the whole TDS thing. I really don't. I mean, I think it's just like a lot of people that lean left, they're really like kind of get brainwashed pretty easily, you know.
Really
easy. They would probably say,
breaking news.
Hey, mind you, you fucking conservatives, man, you Republicans. I remember what y'all were like when fucking Obama got into office, right? I remember one of my friends, like I couldn't be friends with the guy anymore because like Obama became president and he just started stockpiling AK-47s, right? And was like, he's going to use the Mexicans. He's going to stick the Mexicans on us. He's going to, that's why they don't know the Mexicans in, because he's going to have the Mexicans come after the white people. I was just like, yo, dude, I think you're overreacting. You're like, well, you better choose like which side you're on. Like when the shooting starts, and I was just like, see ya. Bye. Don't want to be don't tick 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 tick. Don't want to be anywhere near you when you fucking lose your shit. So that's the thing. It's like the right really can't take the high ground here either, because it's just like they were completely fucking nuts. When oh no, it's the president. The president's got a tan. Oh, what the fuck? But yeah, let's watch this. I'm hoping that they're not going to fucking bulldoze this and turn it into a fucking Walmart. That would be a fucking travesty.
Our newsroom just got off the phone with a Walmart spokesperson who confirms Walmart is the buyer of the Monroeville Mall. We've been telling you since Friday the mall has been sold and that Cypress Equities is managing the property. Now, when it comes to what it means that Walmart is the buyer, the Walmart spokesperson could only tell us that it's too early in the process to share any of the plans, and they're, quote, looking forward to being part of the redevelopment. We're going to have much more on that story ahead at noon, but
I may have to I may have to make the pilgrimage like stat. I may have to make the pilgrimage. Dude, if they fucking bulldoze that fucking thing, or if they turn it into a fucking Walmart, if they fuck with that place, if anything, it needs to be restored. Like, how great would it be? $34 million? Stephen King, motherfucker, you got that shit.
Your best bet is just to email his people.
Like somebody.
Yeah. They're gonna build.
Somebody fucking that, or fucking get him and fucking John Carpenter, Joe Dante, John Landis. All of those motherfuckers need to do a collective. Oh hell no!
That's a lot of money though. $30 million.
It is, but like I said, Stephen King's got that, like, you know, it like when he cleans under the cushions of the fucking mat in his SUV. I'm sure he's got $34 million there, right? He's one of those people that has, like, I mean, you're talking about like somebody like J.K. Rowling too. that basically has created an empire, you know. But also, like J.K. Rowling has managed to just like not let that turn them into like a monster or, you know, somebody that's, you know, that didn't let it fucking go to their head. Somebody that's actually grateful for it. So that motherfucker needs to give back to the horror community and buy that fucking shit. And not just save it from being turned into a fucking Walmart. He needs to fucking step up.
You think it's a portal to hell? Wait till he opens Walmart, man. Walmart just fucking they're just like little portals to hell. You seen the motherfuckers that shop in there? Jeez.
Oh, dude, I've set foot in one once because I've known about Walmart for a long time and realized, because I know what they do. They're like you ever seen Phantasm 2?
Nah.
Okay. All right. First of all,
been a long time.
What the fuck? Right.
I remember I watched like all 4 of them, but I can't say that like I seen it because I can't speak on behalf of it.
It's amazing.
Of it.
I
remember there's a bunch of them. There's like 4,
1 and 2,
or 5.
1 and 2 are the only ones you need. But in 2,
like 1.
They're tracking the tall man, and the way they follow him is they're on his trail, and whenever they come across a town that's been turned into a ghost town, he's been there.
Oh, wow.
Right? So he basically just comes and just sucks the life out of every place that he's in. So it's just like this string of just small, little isolated, dead towns. And that's kind of what Walmart is. Walmart's like the tall man, right? Like what they'll do is they'll come into a community. I learned about this shit when I was like,
they did
college.
They did that out here a lot too.
Yeah. They'll build a store on one side of town and another store on the other side of town. And then all of the independent businesses and small businesses in the area go broke.
Yep.
And then they close down one of the Walmarts, and then that one last remaining Walmart, that becomes the store.
Yep.
Because it's like, where are you going? The store. Because it's literally the only fucking store. And they, I remember watching a documentary where it was just very clear that they had bribed a town board.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, it was really. I mean, it was just like,
dude,
damn.
like city politicians, like especially or small cities. You know, like sub-cities. There's so many over here. Like any fucking idiot can be in that place. You know,
I
can
should
even do it.
That, man.
As long as you have buddies to like, it doesn't even take money. All right, I got family in politics. You know, in positions, and yeah, dude, all you gotta have is like enough people to vote for you, basically. You know. And then once you get in there, you are fucking in, bro. And you can do you can wreak all kinds of havoc.
Yeah, and to just fucking line your fucking pockets, man.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta go pretty deep in there. But I mean, as far as like if you're like a mayor or something, yeah, you're making some money, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean we've got like where I come from, it's really corrupt because you have the Hasidic community who are a religious cult. And I know like some people will be like, oh, well, that's, you're being prejudiced. No, I'm sorry. It's how do you define a religious cult? Do they let you leave? And the answer in that community is no. Or if you're a woman and you want to leave, they can't totally stop you from leaving. But what they do is they'll take your kids.
Wow.
And they get them each and every single time. Without exception.
That's scary, bro.
Yeah. So I'm sorry.
Sounds like hell.
People in the community that are not allowed to leave.
Wow.
And so that makes them a cult. Anyway, they vote as a block, and yeah, the politicians where I'm from, they own them completely, and they can literally get away with murder.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I would move the fuck out of that place. Like where I'm at,
did move the fuck out of that place.
Where I'm at, what they'll do is like I'll have like a boulevard, right? And there's like a boulevard. It's like the main street. The boulevard's been there like 200 years. You know, it even has an old timey look, right? So you'll have like a a restaurant that's built, right? Some fireman will build a restaurant, and then the city council will be like, "Oh, you got to put a wall right here, and then put a window," and then like, "Oh, we don't like that window. You got to change that," you know. And then they'll go out of business, and then a new business will come in, and they'll just keep doing it over and over and over. And I've seen it happen to like multiple restaurants on the strip. You know, like that place has been bought and changed 5 times. Like, and I asked my buddy, and he was like, "Oh, it's because they when they get people in there, they make them change their reconstruct the building." And then some of the buildings now that are on that strip, they won't let them have like the roll up cage or even like the bars that close like that. You know. They say because it looks too ghetto or whatever, you know. But now these businesses are getting broken into and shot up and shit.
No shit.
Straight gizacked, bro. Like my comic store, even my comic stores get like they've been on TMZ and shit.
America's getting really more and more gangster.
Dude, it's gangster as fuck, dude. Like over here, like even my dude, people are stealing shit left and right over here, dude.
But that's what happens when the economy turns to fucking shit. Always does.
That's what it is, man.
You know, people turn to crime, and you know they fuck up because they. Most of these motherfuckers fuck up because they choose illegal crime.
If I park my car on the street, it'll get stolen.
Crime.
If I park my car on the street, like it'll get stolen. It's crazy over here.
Yeah, that's fucked up because I can actually park. In my neighborhood, I could park my car and leave it with the doors unlocked.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm happy to live in a place like that again. And let me tell you, now that I do live in a place, that's kind of because that's the thing I like about this town and why I think I'm probably gonna stay here for a bit.
That's dope, dude.
Is because it reminds me it's like the town where I grew up in, basically.
There's a couple towns out there.
You could leave your car on the street.
There's another cat that was saying that in our space that was saying where he lives, you know, it's somewhere like Ohio somewhere, and he was describing it as like, dude, that sounds like every like 80s like you know place where like home where you want to live, where you could leave the house unlocked, you know, and you know, I don't know. I want to get out of here though, man. I'm tired of California, but I don't think I'm definitely not. I'm going to be here forever. We're not leaving.
Don't be negative. Don't be negative, dude.
No,
dreams. You got shit to do. And,
no, I got some new information like this week, so we're gonna be here forever. But it's all good. Luckily it's the most beautiful place in the world. It's just the people here fuck it up.
Oh my god, the weather's fucking incredible. It's just like so you wonder. I mean, seriously, you wonder like about Cali. Why is Cali so densely populated? Why is it like the 3rd largest economy in the world? Then you go there and you're just like, fuck, the weather is good all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's basically summer or spring every day.
Every day, like the coldest it gets, you might want to put on a sweater
if you want. Like if you're bored, I don't even, you know. And I run hot, like I'm a hot like blooded, you know.
Me too.
So like, I just walk around in shorts all the time and flip flops like every day, like everywhere.
Yeah. I've always run a little hot myself. Anyway, I just wanted to real quick take a look at this new trailer from the new David Cronenberg, their neuest David Cronenberg kino. It's called The Shrouds. Excuse me. Starts Vincent Cassel, a French actor who is awesome in pretty much everything that he's ever been in.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's awesome, dude.
Love that dude. And that's awesome. One of the things I like about Cronenberg too is that he will work with like international casts a lot lately.
He's great in like, oh man, so many movies. You know, like a lot of people, Brotherhood of the Wolf, Eastern Promises
by
Cronenberg. Beauty and the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could just keep naming like there's
Doberman.
What was it? Even not my type of movie, but he was still good in it. Black Swan.
A movie that Sim recommended to me, and I think it's on YouTube. It's called Doberman.
Doberman, huh?
And it's him, a young him, and fucking smoking hot Monica Bellucci. Young. I mean, it's Monica Bellucci's smoking hot now.
I'm sure they've done a lot of movies together. I mean, I think they're both in Brotherhood of the Wolf, aren't they?
I think so.
I think they are.
It's just it has been a while. But yeah, let's check out the new Cronenberg joint. The premise for this is pretty interesting and twisted and Cronenbergian. And Cronenberg is clearly his movies have always been meditations on death.
Yeah, this one.
They always have.
I remember this one.
He said that he didn't even realize until somebody pointed out, as it was just like your characters in your movies almost always self-delete.
Yeah,
almost always, which is interesting. Because you look at artists and you're like, oh, you have artists that are repeating themselves, right?
Yeah.
Which Stephen King, like, he cannibalizes his own work all the time. And then there are the real artists where you're just like, they're not repeating themselves, but they're exploring the same obsession. And it's interesting seeing what those obsessions are and how the artist explores them.
You made a good point with that. That is true. It's like their style is their exception, or their can't say the word.
Right, because for me, I'm kind of like not to compare myself to like Phil K. Dick, but I am like him in the sense that I get the feeling like looking through my work, I'm always looking for God, right? In some way, shape, or form. I can't get away from it. It's in everything I write, but I don't intend on putting it there.
As far as for me as a writer, I don't think I've really nailed down what my point is. I know as an artist, for sure, I know what mine is versus the world. That's my whole like outlook on life, me versus the world. So you can see that in my art, whether you look at my art, you hate it or not.
Right.
I am an artist, an artiste.
Yes,
that's it.
Yes, you are, and that's the thing. It's like never, and I especially encourage people that are in this space that are maybe just starting out. It's just like, don't ever be afraid to call yourself an artist.
Yeah,
don't ever be afraid to call yourself a writer or a filmmaker or a musician. Doesn't mean that you're good.
Nope.
Right?
Like, dude, your shit sucks, bro.
But you are that thing.
But you are that.
But you are that. Yep. So wear that shit.
And always remember, there's someone better than you out there.
Oh yeah.
And there's someone worse than you too, though. So always remember that.
Oh yeah, and actually the thing that I always, because of the fear, especially of writers, is being a hack, right? And being a hack is, and this is the thing Denny O'Neil told me. He was just like, "You're worried you're a hack, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "A hack is a writer that doesn't care. It's not a bad writer. It's a writer that doesn't give a fuck, right? So you're never a hack as long as you're there, as long as you're present, right? Look at Robert De Niro.
Yourself in there, for me personally, as long as you're putting yourself into the work that you're doing.
Yes.
Putting yourself in there.
Yes, and that's why, like with Six Gun, I was just like, part of me wanted to go Garth Ennis and play it safe, right? And just have them ripping people's legs off and sticking them up their asses and shit and using them as weapons. And then I thought, well, let Garth Ennis do Garth Ennis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Totally.
Only I can do me, as arrogant as that fucking sounds. But I'm just like,
do you want to do that though?
Do you? And that's why I didn't like when Cronenberg for so many years wasn't doing him. At least it didn't feel like it to me.
For me, I love stuff like that. It just depends on the type of book I'm doing, and it'll always be a little bit of that, but it's like depends on the character kind of too, Like for Six Gun, I don't really see him like that as far as your Six Gun,
Yeah.
How dark are you willing to go?
It's a pretty good catchphrase.
Yeah, I want to check it out. He's one of those directors like, so I was wondering, sign me up. Like as an actor, you're like, yeah, whatever, just
But what the fuck? That's all we get?
That's all you need sometimes.
That's all we get. It's like when you're on the toilet and you're squeezing, pushing, and only one little pebble shit drops out. You want to stick your head up your ass and say, "Is that all the shit I'm gonna get, motherfucker?"
Pretty much. But dude. It's funny too because like we lost Lynch. We were lucky to have Cronenberg. Like there's a lot of those OG like dudes that have like these artists, right? Like they're artists, right?
Iconic.
Like there's a lot of directors, but then there's artist directors.
Yes.
And that's the only way you could put it. They put themselves into their work, their obsessions, right? And I think Lynch was like that. I really believe that. Guillermo's like that. There's a lot of them. Probably half of directors are like that or more. But then there's some that just don't care. They're there to just make commercials and shit.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then there's also the matter of talent.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing that always fucked me up about Cronenberg is that he could do work for hire, right? He did The Dead Zone.
That's
just a simple job, right?
Good movie too. Fuck.
One of his best, and I still maintain Christopher Walken's greatest performance. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, probably right? It probably itches out over Prophecy.
The Fly, a job.
The Fly, The Fly is my favorite.
Somehow this motherfucker could just do these like gigs and still make them 100% Cronenberg movies.
Yeah,
he even said when he was making The Fly that that the script, which had been by Charles Edward Pogue, who did I think Psycho 3 and the Cull movie. He said the script was all there, everything was great. I just needed to go in and make it a little more Cronenbergian.
Hell yeah.
Cronenbergian was a term already in such wide use that even the director himself was using it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that,
So he understood. See, absolutely. And to me, that's interesting when somebody has developed such a style that it becomes iconic, like very, very quickly, right? Lynchian also is
Clive Barker. Well, he didn't really direct too many movies, but his style definitely would come through on
who?
Clive Barker. Because I was thinking of Cronenberg in that movie with Nightbreed. He was good in there too. You know what?
Nightbreed was a clusterfuck because of post-production fuckery, right?
Yeah.
And now that's been proven. You have the restored version, which is 100 times better than what fucking Harvey Weinstein released. But he got fucked with Lord of Illusions because that was a solid horror movie and everybody rejected it.
What? Like, so he just directed.
So we didn't deserve any more Clive Barker movies.
Barker only directed Hellraiser, right? That was the only one he directed.
No, he directed Hellraiser, Nightbreed, and Lord of Illusions.
Yeah, they all got their own. They all definitely feel like Clive Barker. So does Candyman and fucking Midnight Meat Train.
Yeah. I mean,
but they're not.
Those are by different directors, of course. And there's that Clive Barker element, but it's not like it's like when you set foot when a David Lynch movie or a Jean Rollin movie or a David Cronenberg movie starts, you're watching one of their movies. You can't mistake them for any other filmmaker.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's very, very few filmmakers that especially these days, that you could say that about. But dude, what the fuck with this super short trailer? Like, this is all we're gonna get?
It's a teaser. And like,
that's why it's called a teaser.
You know what's crazy about a lot of these like movies nowadays? They just seem like they're by the same director.
Are you willing to go?
Yes.
You know what I mean, like, and
exactly.
they all look nice and clean and shit. Like
because they're made by fucking people that came out of the same film school.
Like, look like they're shot like the same lens, the same style, the same color. You know what I mean?
Fucking dog shit, dude.
Like there's no you can't. Yeah, it's hard for me for you to distinguish who they are. They're like, they got like a house style. Do you know what I mean? Marvel had the house style. Well, now directors got like a fucking house style, but except it's like most of them in every house.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is why AI could easily take over the Marvel movies. Just let AI do it at this point.
Right.
See, I'm not even joking. Just let it. I'm not gonna watch them anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
not watching that fucking Fantastic Four movie unless everybody fucking hounds me
I'm gonna
and
go
tells
watch
me
it.
how great it is and tells
I'm
me
gonna go
that I
watch
have
it.
to watch it.
I'm
Well,
gonna go
you
watch it.
gotta watch it also because you've got kids and
I'm gonna go
the
take the kids to
Fantastic
watch.
Four always. And this is the thing that kills me. I'm not a big fan of Disney movies, but if there ever should have been a Disney movie superhero
Yeah, it should have
movie,
been them.
it should have been that.
Like, when I think of Marvel, dude, like the first thing I think of is like the birth of Marvel. To me, the first comic in Marvel, for some reason, should be Fantastic Four. You know, and if it's done right, it should be like a really good family action movie, dude. You know, like perfect. It should be the perfect family action movie. You know,
Right? There's no reason. Look, we always should have gotten a Fantastic Four movie that was like Star Wars or Raiders of the
Yeah,
Lost Ark or
100%.
Empire Strikes Back. Or do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The Fantastic
exactly.
Four deserve that.
Yeah, they do. And it should have been the
And-
first movie until they fucking nailed it. Like, we didn't do it right. You know, let's do it again. It's just so dumb. It's just like, I don't know, man. They didn't really stick up for their shit back then. Like Stan Lee didn't, you know. Or who?
No,
I mean,
he was just
it wasn't
happy to have
him.
anybody that was even remotely interested. And
He wasn't
remember
in there
also,
anymore at that point.
they sold, you know, they fell into. I mean, they nearly they sold they were in such financial dire straits. They
Mhm.
sold the X-Men for a song,
Yeah,
like for nothing,
yeah, they got
which
bought and
included
sold.
all of the X-Men, and that's why the X-Men comics have sucked ever since. Is because they don't want to like give new intellectual property.
Remember, Michael Jackson had him for a minute. Remember, he had the rights to Marvel.
Did he really?
I think he did. I could have swore I heard that somewhere. I read it. Yeah, it's either that or Spider-Man, one of the two.
But yeah, this is I'm okay. So yeah, select cities. Yeah, so yeah, it's getting an art house release, which means that it'll also be and then it says, okay. So first it gets a art house release, and then it gets a general release. So maybe I'll be able to catch this at the movie theater.
If they were smart, like movie studios, they would be pushing like a lot of these big directors that had a massive following, you know, for like that
yes,
nostalgia,
people
people that are still alive. So like
Yeah.
I'd be, John Carpenter's putting out a movie. Oh, we better get behind this fool. You know, David Cronenberg's putting a movie out, because they have built-in audiences, you know, and those
Yes.
people that like them, they would already be they'd probably go to the movies for him anyway, you know.
Exactly. Right.
There's a couple of directors left, you know, that are, you know, like that.
Absolutely. Oh, dude, look at this. John Carpenter mini bust.
That's awesome. I wish he was making more movies.
What was that?
I wish he was making more movies. Not so much TV shows and you know.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I kind of feel this is, look, I know I and a lot of other people were worried that he was damaging his legacy, or was on the verge of damaging his legacy, because of how bad A Ghost of Mars was.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I think before that, what was his previous movie? It was like that really whack remake of Village of the Damned.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Totally unnecessary. And both of those movies, you really got the feeling his heart was not in it.
Yeah.
And you can tell when the director doesn't care. And both of those movies have the hallmarks of a director that doesn't care. And so I think he was looking at Tobe Hooper and Dario Argento, right? Because all those dudes knew each other and followed each other's work, right? They were their peers. And I think he was looking at Romero too, and where he was headed at the end, and was like, I don't want to tarnish my legacy. Because if you look at somebody, because that's the thing that that drives me crazy. It's like you tell somebody, oh, you need to check out this particular artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll get back to you and they'll be like, oh, that was shit. Or, So what did you watch? Did you watch Suspiria? No, I watched this thing called The Card Player.
Yeah, they watched all the wrong shit or listened to all the wrong albums.
But that's the thing. they only want, especially I find this drives me crazy with my fucking millennial friends, right?
Mhm.
Is they will be like, they'll just want to watch. I mean, if you go to IMDb and you look somebody up, it'll only show you their work from like the last 10 years.
Yeah, like me, that's how I would always do. Like I went through this thing for a few years of my life where I would always go, like, I'd find an artist being in like metal or movies or directing, whatnot, right? And then I went, where'd they start? I want to see where they started. You know what I mean? What was their first movie? Then I went into this phase where I'm like, nah, like if I got a new band, what do they sound like now? That's what I want to know, you know? And then now I'm back to the whole, like, yeah, I want to go back. You know why? It's because artists, when they start out, that's usually like their real defining work. And they have a lot of angst in that work, you know, when they first come out. So usually 9 out of 10 times, that's the best shit.
It often is. It often is.
It just is, because they're pissed. They have something to fight about and something they need to express.
Right.
So.
They're very much, full of piss and vinegar.
Yeah, exactly. So I think directors are like that too. And like, even like the directors that don't have money when they start out, usually like on like maybe a couple of films in, those are some of their best films. And then they might get bigger budgets later on, and those films just are not as good. You know, it's just at that time they had like a better head on their shoulders of inspiration and angst and piss and vinegar, I guess.
Right. There's something to be said about, and then you also see artists that start out promising, not great, but then get better and better and better and better, and that's when you see their dope shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm kind of speaking of like music a lot of the time.
Music, especially it's that first record.
Music and some directors, you know, sometimes,
yeah. I mean,
but Carpenter got good like in the middle, I think. You know what I mean? Like his movies just started getting better and better, you know. And then they kind of, for me, what kind of ruined me was The Ward. I thought that movie was just so boring, you know.
That's I mean, that's the thing.
I was on board with Ghost of Mars. I like that, but I was just like, dude, this should be Snake Plissken. And later on, I was like, oh, it was supposed to be Snake Plissken, you know. Dude. I like the concept. I think it's brilliant. And then Jason Statham, what the fuck were they thinking? You're going to have him in the movie and he's not going to be punching and kicking and
that's before. Well, that's the thing.
He was already doing it. He was doing backflips and shit in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, you know. But yeah, I mean, I digress. I guess
it's dog shit.
They're waiting for Transporter or the Transporter to come out. You know, I remember when that movie was, you know, came out. It was
the shit.
It was pretty big news. I remember I saw it in the comic store and went in there. I was like, "What the fuck are you watching, man?" I went to Gotham Comics. Used to be a store called Gotham Comics back in the day.
Yeah.
He's like, "This is a Transporter,
remember,
man."
This was like pre-action movie Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Right.
And
so instead of having him as the hero, we have Ice Cube.
Yeah, Ice Cube.
Who I don't hate.
Ice Cube. He's all right, but
he's all right.
He's better. He's better suited for like the Friday movies. He's perfect for the Friday movies. Action.
Right. He's not an action hero. He's too doughy looking.
He's too doughy. Is that what you're gonna say? Doughy.
Doughy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the same exact thing. It's just like, yeah, no, I don't.
Not that I'm not one to talk.
Oh, me too. But it's like when I'm watching the movies, it's just, I don't know. It's just not entertaining. He's not a badass to me.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I wouldn't get him to fill in for Kurt Russell or Vin Diesel. You know, I'm not saying Vin Diesel is much better, but at the time, Vin Diesel was a beast, dude. At that time, he was pretty big. You know, he's coming out of the Iron Giant.
I've always kind of disliked that dude, but I love the fucking Riddick movies.
Yeah,
and he's great as that character.
Fuck Fast and the Furious and all of his other bullshit. The Riddick movies, I'll go watch me some fucking Riddick. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I wish that had been a more successful franchise.
I guess they're working on more.
They're working on they're gonna. David Twohy, I'm pretty sure, is going to.
That's another guy that I respect. That dude just sticks with that shit. That same director, you know.
Yes.
I do like those costumes though, man. I do like the '60s vibe of the movie. I really like that. Like when I watched the trailer, it made me feel like I was opening up How to Draw Comics the Marvel way. I don't know. When I used to watch Sunday morning cartoons, they used to come on Sunday, the Fantastic Four.
Oh, this looks great. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
That's the worst dog shit I've seen in minutes.
Dude, this shit is dated the moment it comes out.
Yeah, it's dead on arrival, man. This
It's
shit was
dead on
made during the woke.
arrival.
Shit was like it was like penciled during the, I don't know about pencil, but it was made during the woke era, dude. Like when it was in its prime time, you know.
Well, dude, the woke era just ended. So this is the
Exactly.
thing I'm hoping. I'm hoping that with the Fantastic Four movie, like, you know how Marvel is always going back and doing reshoots and shit?
Yeah.
They spend millions and millions of hundreds of millions of dollars on fucking reshoots.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they're going to change their mind about Norrin Rad, right?
They're not.
And
They got the Wolfman's wife in there, dude. She's doing it.
God.
I mean, she was pretty good in Ozark for a little bit, but
that I don't look. At least look. I mean, look.
Ain't the
It's just
Silver
like,
Surfer.
okay. Well, here's the trade-off.
I don't know, man. That show got kind of boring too.
Here's the trade-off. Galactus will not be a storm cloud. Yay! But
Yeah, no,
we got
there's a lot of
we
cool
got
shit
to
every now and
gender
then.
swap Silver Surfer.
It's a poker game, you know. It's like, and I'll raise you your Silver Surfer, you know, like shit like that, you know. It's like,
It's
come
just
on, bro.
fucking
Horrible.
But that's the thing. It's being made by people. The shit's not sacred to them.
No, it's not.
You know, the shit's sacred to me. It's sacred to, and I know people will think that that's corny or that it's stupid. We're told that we're man babies, men children, toxic, whatever.
I don't care.
They can all go fuck themselves. Okay?
Oh, yeah,
we're
for
talking
sure,
about
dude.
American mythology here.
And if you're telling me that, then why do you even give a fuck? You're worse than me, asshole. Go worry about your own shit. Why the fuck are you even worried about what a man baby's doing?
Yep.
Fucking
And guess
loser.
what? And guess what? You wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for the original shit.
Yeah, no shit.
Just, oh Christ. Oh, this looks so cringe.
Oh, this is the like, dude, this is the cringiest shit I've ever seen, like, in a long time. I don't even know what to say.
What the fuck? How about that?
Yeah, definitely not going to watch it. And it's funny too, because the X-Men 97 show was pretty dope. You'd think they would take a page out of that, you know? And I mean, it did have some woke shit in it that I didn't like. I didn't like how they made Wolverine kind of act like he was getting it on with Morph. Come drink some beer with me, buddy. You know, and like Morph's like dreaming of him in the shower. Like that was some.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it
wasn't.
It wasn't.
You know what I mean?
Look,
that was woke.
Morph
it was gay.
Clearly gay.
Clearly, they made him like that way, but he wasn't clearly that way in the 90s. That's because of the guy DeBow was trying to get his DeBow fucking bullshit in there, you know?
However,
let's be real. Let's be real. Come on.
Absolutely. But that's okay because he delivered the goods. He gave us. He fucking sent fucking Gambit out like a fucking soldier.
Yeah, he made some dope shit in that show. Like the action scenes so much better than the other movies.
It was awesome. It was awesome. And remember,
again,
dude,
I'll raise you dope ass action scenes. Remember, I recommended to you. I was like, I'll raise you some dope ass action scenes and some cool shit, but you're gonna get some gay shit too.
Yeah, but it was
that's how everything is now.
It was okay. Look, dude, I wouldn't even mind if there'd been like shit. I remember like Man of Steel. I thought there was a perfect opportunity for a fucking gay joke at that. Remember at the end where the fucking general is talking to him, and there's a private there, this little Hispanic chick, and she's like blushing, right? And the general turns to her and says, like what's with you or whatever, and she's just like, I don't know, sir, I just think he's really kind of cute.
Yeah,
it would have been great if he just like looked off into the distance and just said, yeah. That would have been, to me, that would have been genuinely fucking funny.
Yeah, it would have been funny.
But yeah, I mean, so it's just, you know, but yeah, still haven't watched this.
Man, like a lot of that shit nowadays, though, it's because you got a bunch of weird fucks in Hollywood that want to put any little thing that they're on your kids now. You know what I mean?
Oh, they not anymore though. Not anymore. That shit, they've kissed the ring. The shit's over, dude. The shit is over.
I'll believe it when I see it. You know,
it's
you know
done.
What I mean? I'll believe it when the money's in my bank account. Then I'll tell you.
No, I don't. Oh, dude, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I know about Sly and Gibson and Trump. You know, he's hooking them up and shit, and John Voight. But I'll believe it when it, you know, like I said, when the money's in my bank account, I'll believe it. Until then,
I think that what Hollywood is going to do is I think they're going to bunker.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. They're going to wait 4 years until Trump gets, because right now they're just figuring out how to get rid of Trump. All right,
Of course.
and then so the right, they need to figure out how to keep him or his family members in office, because if any of them get out of there, shit's just going to go right back to the way it was. It's going to go, you know, and you're not going to get anybody.
But you don't want fucking dynasties, dude. Last time, I mean, to me, that was the thing that was really disgusting about running Hillary Clinton. I was like, what is it with the fucking dynasties?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't. Well, what we need is just to fire everybody. That's not going to happen. So I'll take a Trump dynasty over any of the other fucking pieces of shit that we've already had. You know what I mean?
It'll be more entertaining.
It's one or the other, bro. It's either you get a Trump dynasty or you're gonna get some other assholes that have already, some Bushes or somebody that's already been in there. They're not gonna fire everybody.
Hey, man, look,
start anew. You know, so
either way we lose.
I'm just being a realist. You know.
No, I understand, but I mean that's also just being like, well, it's given up, right? And I understand that. Because I'm pretty much done. You know, like I said, to me, politics, it's like wrestling. I can't take it seriously. So, and people that want to change the world, how about you change your fucking neighborhood, right?
Yeah, no, that's like the first
grassroots
thing,
shit. Do something for your fucking immediate community.
Yeah, you could do that
instead of just fucking bitching on fucking Blue Sky, dude.
Plus, like half the shit that he's the 200 things he signed in, only like half of them are gonna actually work because they all have to go through the actual government. Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So it's gonna be hard, and they're gonna be like, "Fuck him! I voted for him." You know, and it's like, well, dude, he told you he was gonna do it, but doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna get done because the actual government has to sign off on it too. He can only veto so much shit and push what he wants so much, you know.
So finally we got like the full reveal.
Is it?
I guess.
I thought it was like concept art, this specific picture right here, because I was looking at it earlier.
We remember this. I think this is his father, right? That would explain the gray hair.
The crust punk. I had a feeling it was too. Yeah.
And I guess. Oh no, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah, it is concept art.
I think they're saying it would have been cool if it was this. Like, this is dog shit, and it wasn't even this dog shit. It was worse.
This is dog shit for a werewolf.
Yeah.
For a monster, if I mean,
okay.
It's
like a feral beast
and shit. Yeah, it's a little spooky.
Yeah.
That's dog shit. I mean, it's got a little bit of the Henry Hull.
It's got, dude. That's. Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's not a wolfman. It's not a werewolf.
Yeah.
It's a guy with a rabies-like disease.
Yeah, he got bit by like a raccoon or a fucking skunk.
Fuck you.
Got bit by a skunk. Skunk man.
Look, I'm sorry. Maybe he's a really nice guy, right? Maybe he's a pillar of the community. Maybe he fucking does shit for charity. Could be like a all-around nice guy, but fuck you, dude, for these shit fucking monster movies with no monsters.
No, I hear you, man. It's like, dude, it's just a movie, bro. But it's like, yeah, no, I'll deal with these movies. Like he took their money and made the movie, and he took our time when we could have gotten a dope werewolf movie, you know, not our Wolfman movie. So when are we gonna get another one? You know,
and it's pretentious too. Exactly. It's just like, no, I'm above that. You're not going to get a monster. You're going to get something that's
we've already done that before. We've already done this before. It's like, yeah,
right. They think about, oh God, the Wolfman movie. It's going to have a Wolfman in it. It's going to have a fucking werewolf in it.
The Invisible Man. Please. So he's actually going to be invisible. Please, let's put him in a suit.
Yeah, exactly.
Off,
it's that condescending fucking attitude that I get from this guy's movies.
You're actually gonna have the Ben Grimm like sound like a 60s like New Yorker, like really? You're gonna it's clobbering time. Hey, it's clobbering time. You're actually gonna have him talk like that,
right? Exactly. Oh God, yeah.
We've already seen that. We've already seen that
Fantastic Four trailer
That's what I hate though. We've already seen that. Yeah, I don't want to see it again, but better. I don't want to see a big departure. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Show me,
You can do
show me
something
fucking-
new that's
Keep making it better.
awesome.
That's what the problem is too with movies nowadays. They make it better like in 2 or 3 ways, not across the whole board. They'll like tweak 2 little things, you know, like okay, like it's almost in every superhero movie. There's that problem where they'll have like three cool things about the movie or the costume or the character, but then they'll tweak one thing, you know, or they'll tweak a bunch of stuff, and it's like, dude, it's not hard. Just stick to the source material, you know, and make a couple tweaks for your vision. You could still do that as a director. It's not hard, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking awesome.
Or go make your own movie. Go make your own movie. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Go make your own fucking movie then. Stop fucking with other people's shit.
Well, and look, he did make one movie I thought that was good. That was called Upgrade. Right.
That movie was dope, son. That movie was dope.
Right?
Yeah, I like that movie with not with that Tom Hardy looked like, dude. That movie's
However,
awesome.
I still think that a Universal Soldier, Day of Reckoning, is a way better movie than that.
Oh, dude, brother.
Way better.
Dude, brother. Way better.
Right?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about that shit.
No, and they're not gonna.
Preston told me about this movie called Bloody Hell that I want to peep out too. It looks pretty dope. It's on Tubi right now.
Hell?
Check it out, dude.
Check the IMDb.
Yeah, go check it out.
That was like 2020.
Yeah, I think it's a Swedish movie. It looks
Bloody
good.
hell.
It looks good.
Ooh.
Yeah, I guess him and his lady watched it the other day. It's on Tubi. I was like, dude, I was gonna watch it, but only got so much time at night. You know, like right now I'm working on some pages, and then I've been putting a lot of videos in the can for the new channel. So I'm like, what do I want to do?
I don't have a single fucking video down yet.
I want to have at least I want to be a month ahead
this week.
I want to be a month ahead, and then just have it ready to go, and then because the videos I'm doing, they take time, so it's not like I'm doing a review. So
wait a second, I've seen this.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
It was disappointing. Yeah, it was disappointing. Yeah. No, I mean, look, you might enjoy it. I thought it was really disappointing. If you're going to hype a monster up during the movie, right? If you're going to have, I know
what you're talking about too. I think I know what you're talking about.
You better deliver, right? Like, imagine you're watching like because without giving anything completely away.
I got it from the trailer, but I don't think it's a monster. I think I know what it is.
Well, whatever it is, when you get the reveal, it needs to be awesome. You need to be like, oh, what the hell, right? Yeah. And instead, it's like, wah, wah, wah. It's not a bad movie. I wouldn't say.
Well, I just thought the concept was dope. Like it had 2 dope concepts clashing into each other. And I was telling Preston the other night, like, dude, that's awesome when you can get like 2 or maybe 3, big concepts, and a lot of times it can turn bad. Like, because you got a lot of big ideas and you're putting them all into one thing. Like, that's cool, but a lot of times that's like a recipe for disaster. But at the same time,
yes, you could end up with Exorcist 2: The Heretic potentially.
Exactly, But I'm like, yeah, it looks pretty cool though.
But then again, Exorcist 2: The Heretic is still awesome, I think so. Even though it's a mess,
I do want to see that mess. Toxic Crusade or Toxic Avenger though. That looks pretty fun. And I was watching The Thicket the other night with little guy right there. The movie, your buddy Lansdale, right?
Yes.
Hetfield. It's pretty good.
Yes.
I only got like halfway through it though, and I was like, damn, Julia Lewis, man, she's a good actor.
She's right.
She's in a new movie too, where she's like all dolled up. She's she's in the new Malkovich movie, the new horror movie. I forgot. Oh, it's a pretty big director that's doing it. And Malkovich has like a cult. Yeah. Malkovich has a cult. He's an ex singer, and she's like a popular actress. Yeah, that's the movie right there.
Yeah, I mean, remember I told you I saw an interview with her, and
yeah, that's what I was thinking of was an interview. She's like, I'm good at playing like a psycho or like a pretty lady or something.
Yeah, she said like she said like I can look really sexy and I can like be completely like gross and disgusting.
Dude, I didn't even recognize her in this trailer. Like it didn't. No, that's not it.
That's not it.
Oh wait, no wait. Yeah, it is it. It is it. It is that movie. Yeah, it is Opus. It's just because they didn't have the right. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
How you looking, Juliet?
It didn't look like her in the trailer. She looked like she looked way younger. Like, oh,
turns for an exclusive listening experience.
Yeah, because
Bringing you a gift.
This is for aerial acting.
Namaste.
Media treating.
Welcome to the town.
there's no horror. This isn't horror.
Aching with us.
it's a cult movie.
It's like, Brian, you can watch other genres. No, I know.
Oh, it's a horror movie for sure. You got to watch the whole trailer and not skip through it. Like,
Okay, I see.
like
Gotcha.
what's his name? Critical Drinker.
There she is.
Young love from the magazine.
Still looking cute. I mean,
Well,
a
no,
lot
there's
of
another
makeup in a
scene in
way.
there where she's got blonde hair. It doesn't even look like her.
This is
I'm like, oh, it looks like a different actress.
On TV.
Thank you. How's print media treating you?
But yeah, she is proven to be like, it's like one of our great actors, I think.
Well, she's good, dude.
Yeah, very, very, very good.
Right in the
guess I'm gonna-
thicket.
Right, yeah, definitely worth checking out. All right, I'm gonna wrap the stream up, get some noms, get some very valuable cat time. Gotta get my cat time. Matt, tell these fools where they can check your shit out, yo.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm on Twitter right now. It's at @bat_Merc because my shit got hacked about a week ago.
Yeah, sure did.
So starting to get back some of the old homies following me again. And I'm on YouTube, Metal Movies and Brewskis. I do a live show on Saturday nights at midnight, and gonna be coming out with another channel too in a few weeks too. So I'll have some more info on that pretty soon. And Brian, thanks for having me on. If you guys want to pick up my books, go to butchcleaver.com.
And fuck you, Preston, for not being here.
Damn.
No, we know he's got his fucking nose to the grindstone. That dude's got
Always.
head down and he's a head down, like get shit done kind of a fucking brother. And
How you do it?
Yep, most definitely. Everybody, thanks so much for fucking hanging out. Yeah, I'm just gonna hopefully start dropping some videos. I just want to rack up like 3 or 4 just to have in the chamber before
4 is the solid number. You gotta have
I
4.
think so too. I think
That's
so
a month.
too. Yeah. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a excellent